Okay. Oopsies. Confirm and go live. Take a drink of water. Double check the stream is working. Yeah, okay. So far, that over there. Minimize it so I can quickly check it if I need to. Need to wear a wiggle, yep. Alright. Announcements. Where to start with this case. Follow justice. Case. Attorney. Alrighty. That there. Scene, yep. Alright. Welcome back. I'm a little bit big, aren't I? There we go. Welcome back to Apollo Justice, Ace Attorney. I am very excited. I have no idea where this is gonna go. Because, holy shit, we don't have a lot of evidence. Like, at all. I don't even think we have a good suspect. I guess we'll figure out what we're doing on the fly, as per usual. June 16th, 9:46 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. Huh. Mr. Wright's not here today. He said his old foot injury was acting up. Old injury? He was all smiles yesterday. What old foot injury? I don't remember Nick getting a fuck. Did Nick break his leg? Was it when he fell off the bridge in Trials and Tribulations? I don't remember him breaking his leg. Yes, he smiled when he smiled when he said we'd be fine, as long as you're there, Trucy. Yeah, fine. We'll be fine. Here comes justice. I started my voice training at 5 this morning. Oh, do some now. I want to see. Here. Huh? Oh, okay. Ahem. My name is Apollo Justice, and I'm fine. That sounds more like a self-mantra than a voice training. I'm fine. You know what I'm saying? I'm fine. You know what I'm saying? Oh. Good morning. Yo, sup? Hit me with that guilty verdict, G. See if I care. You just hang loose and let things go with the flow. You know what I'm saying? No, really? Walkie. Don't be running your mouth like that in here. See, what's the difference between me and... That's the difference between me and you, old man. I ain't afraid of no cops. Real G's can't keep it real till they spend some hard time in the pen. Absolutely no idea what you're talking about. It sounds like they've both been voice training too, Apollo. My worst fears realized. The trial's starting and I haven't had a real talk with my client. He's fucked. He's fucked. Alright. Oh, it's fucking... Oh. It's the brother. Grant? Court is now in session for the trial of Walkie Kataki. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Calaviere. Ready to rock and roll there, Judge. Ah, it's him, the guy from yesterday. He's a prosecutor? Mr. Gavin's brother. Calvieri. Calvier? Calvier. Long time no see, Prosecutor Gavin. Are you taking a leave of absence? You know, a little band I started in my free time. Thing is, we got real popular. Hard to say 9 to your fans when 3 of your singles go platinum, yeah? Is he supposed to be German? Was the brother supposed to be German? I see. To be honest, I was a little concerned. I fear that you might still be distraught over that one trial. Not to worry, Air Judge. I wouldn't miss this day in court for the world. It's worth even more than the VIP passes to one of my concerts, yeah? Yeah? Fucking, why are you throwing in German? I don't know if you're supposed to be German. I'm very conflicted about your German. How could I pass up a chance to see the true strength? The little boy who bested my brother. It was worth canceling a show or two. Understood. You may give your opening statement to the court. Before that, I was thinking. Is the air in this courtroom not a bit serious? It is a court of law. Listen. I think he's super German. I guess we'll wait for his jump in, and I might adjust his voice. But it's very funny with what I'm doing so far. There's no way there's no way to get the crowd jumping here, Judge. I'm not supposed to jump. This is a courtroom. Octang, baby. Today we play it my way. What's that noise? Sometimes you have to get up in order to get down to prosecuting. This is crazy. The victim, Al Maractus, director of the Maractus Clinic. The scene, People Park. He was found pulling a noodle stand. Why? I don't know. He's dead on his feet. Okay, that's weird. It's not like he's... That's weird. It feels like there should be a lot more weight pulling his body down. Why is he standing up? What in the world was a doctor doing pulling a noodle stand? Yes, I believe you'll only find that by asking the defendant. Right here, right now. Because it's an undeniable truth that he shot the victim. What do you mean, undeniable? You're here to glare at anyone, Air Judge. If you're here to glare at anyone, Air Justice, glare at the punk in the defendant's chair. His crime was witnessed, quite clearly, you see. Very well. Please admit this witness to the court. What is happening? The fucking rip on the air guitar. I like this guy a lot. Calvier, you're great. And first, there's a little matter to be cleaned up. Could you talk without the accompaniment? I swear I could see the guitar for a second. What is it, Prosecutor Gavin? The motive, Air Judge. Why did the little punk do it? Why did he kill the director of the Maractus Clinic? Objection! Not so fast. The defendant doesn't have to explain that. Oh? What if the defendant specifically requested to do so, as he did this morning? I want to give a shout out to all my homies, I believe he said. What? Ah, the Trucy Court photo. That's cute. What is right? They always say that on the stage, you should hit with the crowd with speed and ferocity. Sounds like he got you too, huh, Polly? Oh, this is highly unusual, but... The court will now hear from the defendant concerning his motive in the crime. So, you, son, are the defendant. Walkie, are you? I ain't your son, old man. You step to a Kataki, you best be prepared to step strong. You step to a public official, you best be prepared to step in jail. But to hand it to him, Walkie sure has guts. It's not his guts I'm worried about. Well then, the court will hear your testimony on the defendant's motive. From the defendant himself. Ah, shit, this kid's gonna go to jail. Walkie Kataki's truth. I'll tell you one thing, that doctor was a quacker. Someone had to show him what. I was in his clinic about half a year ago. He messed up my messed up my op something bad. And he just lets me go without a word. See you later, bye. So I gotta go in, get another doc to patch me up again. That was the day I done figured it out. No OG's gonna let that pass. That's why I went to his pad at night. Know what I'm saying? Saying you're one of the victim's patients? A lot of stuff goes down when you're keeping it real in the street. True dat. I tell you one thing, that doc was whack. Very well, the defense may begin the cross-examination. Can't believe this is the first time I'm hearing about all of this. God. You're going to jail, kid. First of all, the word you're looking for is quack. And isn't that a little harsh? He's your family doctor. Who asked you, Pointylocks? Just who do you think you are? Your lawyer? Look, I ain't trying to hear that. He was a quacker, plain and simple. By someone, you mean... Was there anyone with a score to settle with this doctor? Besides you, I mean. You better ask somebody else, Holmes. What do I care? I made up my mind and did what had to be done, straight gangsta style. But why were you so mad at this doctor? Yo, sit back and listen while I drop it, G-man. Oh, we're fucked. I was in his clinic about half a year ago. He messed up my op something bad. So you were a patient at the Maractus clinic half a year ago? For what reason? I had what you might call a mark of honor. You explained precisely what was wrong. I had a little run-in with the Revalius family. With the Revales family. Had a little run-in with a Oh, not Reval. It's Rivals fam. What? Rivals family? That's when I pulled a jack move. Fuck! And ran into an ambush. Gee, busted a cap right there. right in me. Fuck, he got shot. Jesus Christ. Also, where are your shoes? According to my sources, you couldn't stand the stress of waiting. And ran in 15 minutes before the appointed time. By yourself. Hey, I was more than a match for those guys. So you were carried to the Maractus clinic from there. Apparently, he was shot in the heart. Holy shit! Shot in the heart and he's still alive? I can catch bullets between my teeth. But I never learned how to catch them with my heart. The bullet stopped just short of my thumper, you know what I'm saying? I would have been golden if it... I would have been golden if it were for that whack doc. Can't even take out a stupid bullet. So as you say, the surgery was a failure. That ain't all of it, Holmes. Then he just lets me go without a word. See you later, bye. What do you mean he just let you go without a word? What do you think it means? It's whack, that's what. Not sure what that means, but it sounds bad. Sounds as though our doctor wished to hide his mistake. This is why he let the defendant go. He's a liar, straight up. He's a badder G than me. Maybe we can get another doctor to patch me up. So this bullet is still... You know it. I can still feel it. Right there in my chest, pressing up against my heart. The words like a bullet shot straight into my heart. Or something to that effect. Incidentally, that's one of our hit singles. Well, that sounds like a straightforward case of malpractice. Word, J-Man. We're no accident, that's for shizzle. Seems that there were issues with this doctor. Man, putting him down like that was doing the world a favor. Walkie, please consult your lawyer before saying things like that. Chin up, Apollo. Back straight. Posture check. But why did this mistake only come to light that day? It was found during the family health checkup. Family health checkup? That was the wackest thing of all. All SGs lining up, taking eye exams and all that. Better die young than fade away, Bizoya. Relief to hear. What's a relief? Oh, did your father not tell you? That bullet you carry so close to your heart, not attended to immediately, could kill you. What? Yes, sir, Dr. Maractus had knowledge concerning this ticking time bomb in you. Knowledge that could have saved your life. No way, that's whacked! There is proof. Your checkup report. Ah, Waki's checkup report out of the court record. Ironic that you would kill one man capable of helping you. Patient name, Wakitaki, age 19, male. Report filed June 14th. Notes, metallic object found near heart. Urgent exam needed. You're almost as careless as he was. Well, now the place is hopping. Let's get this gig started. Had enough of a warm-up act, yeah? Time to hear from the witness. Waki sure is quiet all of a sudden. I'm a little uneasy myself. Is this Gavin's strategy? Who the fuck are you? So, tell us your name and occupation. Oh, oh, no. My name is Wesley Stickler. By occupation, I take it you refer to the process as a large sport of livelihood, under which definition I must confess to being unemployed. However, we must acknowledge the meaning of identity, which is commonly attached to the notion of occupation, and once we have accepted this reality, we can see that our confusion is not Gestalt, per se, but derives instead from the vagueness inherent in all representations of thought. By which he means to say that he's a student. It actually did the whole log of his spiel. Junior at Ivy University, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, in the Department of Science and Engineering. Filled with curiosity for all things, I spend my days in pursuit of truth, honing my... Herr Stickler, please direct your said curiosity to the case at hand. Today. Very well, Mr. Stickler. Please testify to the court about what you saw on the night of the crime. You asked quite simplistically what I saw, however, we must understand that Homo sapiens possess two eyes, each of these designed to receive and interpret data, sending them images to the form of signals. It just fades to black. The night I passed through the park on my way home from shopping, when I saw them. One man pulling a stand, another man facing him. I saw them quite clearly. The man facing the victim was the defendant. In his hand he held, yes, a pistol. It was pointed at the man pulling the stand. A shot. The bullet hit the man pulling the stand from the front, square in the forehead. Well, I see an immediate contradiction. I said, yeah, that's weird. Science and engineering, not philosophy? Huh. Was there anyone else in the park at the time? I can say with 100% accuracy that there was not. The pistol eyewitness refers to is this. Court accepts this into evidence. Very well, Mr. Justice, you can cross-examine the witness. Court record. 2 rounds were fired. Fingerprints were wiped. 2 rounds were fired. Oh, don't point that thing at me. Don't worry. I can handle myself around guns. Is that... What does that mean? Does that mean when we examine evidence, we just have Trucy spin it around in our hands for us? What? What we just stare at? What? Magic guns, at least. The ones that pigeons come out of. Very reassuring. That's fucking wild. What an implication. We just have Trucy spitting our evidence. Yes, Your Honor. Trucy, why are you staring at the witness? That man. I can't help but feel I've seen him somewhere before. Oh, is he the fucking panty thief? Are you absolutely certain only one shot was fired? Yes, of course, it was one shot. Why do you ask? Aha! A contradiction, finally! Mr. Stickler, according to the court record, the pistol was fired twice. A clear contradiction! Good eyes there, Justice. You're cool. Real cool. You really think so? There's no reason why this other shot had to have been fired that night. Meaning? This pistol came from the Gataki family mansion, yeah? I think it's not unreasonable to assume the pistol had been fired once before that night. During perhaps another altercation. He's got a point. Judging from his smug expression, I'd say Prosecutor Gavin had the answer ready before you even spotted the problem. He's pretty confident in his testimony. We always make the biggest mistakes when we're at our most confident. He's got a weak point somewhere, Apollo. Find it. Right, better give that testimony another listen. Oh, fuck, I didn't mean to... Objection! Ah! Oh, that's for it. Loop it, loop it, loop it. Present. Autopsy report. Yep. Single bullet to the right temple. Phew. That's all of it. I think I have a chance. Is that you relaxing, I see here, Justice? Oh, Objection! Once is quite enough, Mr. Justice. Apollo, pace yourself. The trial's not over yet. Right. Look at this. The autopsy report. Is there a problem with the autopsy report? Right. A problem. Problem. Yes, the problem is the location of the entry wound. Location? You testified the killer shot the victim square in the forehead, did you not? I've already determined your angle of inquiry. Allow me to explain. It is quite simple, really. First, understand that when I say square, I speak not in geometrical absolute. But what do I mean by this? For example, the deflection of a meter is a wavelength of light. Krypton particles, we all know. In addition, it is well known the fact that krypton particles are rare and visible to the naked eye, so which is a point's basic fallacy of your line of reasoning, namely that with... Mr. Justice? Yes? Was there objection to these, krypton particle things? It's the biggest time, and you are obsessed with something so small. You disappoint me. No, I'm obsessed with something big. I mean, there are bigger, less nitpicky problems here. Do tell. What a fucking waste of time that was. What a useless aside. Just look at the autopsy report. The location of the entry wound was in the right temple. Temple? Mr. Stickler, you said quite clearly the victim was shot square in the forehead. That's a contradiction. Isn't it? It is, right? Finally. Objection! It didn't sound very German. Air Justice. Oh, Air Justice. Yes? Your tactics are outdated, trying to shake a witness by objecting to trifles. Surely you haven't forgotten the fatal wound your master suffered 7 years ago. Phoenix Wright, was it? Look, I know the wound was in the wrong place according to the testimony. Hey, Air Forehead. Forehead? Let's imagine you're walking through a park. See two men facing each other, one with a pistol training on the other. What would you do, Air Forehead? Well, I I guess I'll try and stop them. Probably shout stop. And you, Fraulein? Me? Well, I'd probably scream. Eek! And you, Air Stickler? What did you shout, I wonder? Ah! The victim turned his head at the last moment. Ah, yes, thank you for jogging my memory. Sounds like an addendum to the testimony is required. Oh, shit. Night in the Park 2. We're progressing. As soon as a killer raised his pistol, I took action. Cease this at once, you two, I cried, with composure. The victim turned in the direction of my voice, and a shot rang out. Whereupon our cowardly killer, the defendant, appeared to have become frightened. Tossing the pistol aside, he fled from the scene. Where was the pistol found? I see, so you attempted to stop the crime. Indeed, with composure. Well, maybe the criminal wouldn't have fired if he hadn't shouted like that. Well, that doesn't really matter now, unfortunately. Let's consider this new testimony, shall we? Observe the diagram, if you would. The witness, Mr. Stickler, was it? Stood here. He shouted, "Oh, stop, please," or something of this nature. The victim responded by looking in the witness's direction. The killer were to have fired at just that moment. You can see the bullet would have struck at his right temple, as in the report. It does seem to be the case. Witness the power of a junior of Ivy University's Department of Science. Very well, Mr. Justice, you may cross-examine the witness. It's not gonna be anything. You saw Ray's pistol and you weren't frightened? It can be said that we students of Ivy University know no fear. The moment I saw the pistol, my inner sense of justice compelled me to take action. That was certainly brave of you. You might have gotten shot. Eh? You certainly were lucky. If I were the killer's shoes, I certainly wouldn't have left a witness behind. Ugh. He actually looks like he had no idea he was in danger. Regardless, I attempted to halt the bloodshed. Water. I'm sure both men were able to hear your voice. They were, of course. My high, exquisite voice echoed through the park. And the victim responded to the clarion call. Quiet. Did you hear the gunshot at the same time as the victim turned? Indeed, I would say about the same time, to be precise. And the victim didn't ask you for help? It can be said that he didn't have time to ask. He didn't even have time to take a single step. I'm totally sure that the killer fired because Mr. Stickler startled him. Don't say that too loud, Trucy, please. Whereupon our cowardly killer, the defendant, appeared to have become frightened. Can you describe the killer's actions more clearly? Ugh. And he seemed quite surprised, especially considering that it was he who did the deed. As we can see, human psychology is a tangled web indeed. He simply couldn't believe what he had done. He shot, panicked, a common tale, but true. Unfortunately, before I could take further action, didn't try and apprehend the criminal? It all happened so fast, I'm afraid I hadn't the time. Doesn't something about that strike you as odd, Apollo? What? The killer was in a hurry, right? Fired the pistol and tossed it up right away. According to the testimony, that's what happened, yes. In that case, I'd expect to find something that we didn't find. I like that contradiction. Kind of sad to see it go. Well, that's sad as I feel. What do we do now? At least the testimony's got a little clearer. She's right. Maybe I can find something to use in this new testimony. Where was this found? Not a knife, because that's what we found at the scene. That's what was at the scene of the crime. Your Honor, that statement contradicts this evidence. It does? Don't see it? Okay. Oh, fucking, alright. Tossing the pistol aside, he fled from the scene. Present the pistol. Why were the fingerprints wiped? Objection! Yeah, okay. He clearly had way more time. Wait a second. Tisk tisk, another misleading request. You're so beholden to your own mode of discourse that you can't see how it affects you. Come again? Wait a second, you say? A second. We intended to wait just that, a single second. 1/16th of a minute. 1/60th of a minute. Hardly time to draw breath, let alone make a statement in court. Now, had you asked for a longer period of time, say 3 minutes, 35 seconds, Mr. Justice? Yes, Your Honor. I'd like to understand you are objecting to the length of the second. Yes, I mean, no. Here, just look at the pistol. It doesn't have a single fingerprint on it. Ah, common ploy. Made all more common, I fear, by the prevalence of television. Criminals these days are loath to leave fingerprints behind. Wait, but you just said the killer tossed the gun and ran. That's right. He didn't have time to wipe the gun for prints. Oh. Ah, little girl sticking to the university student. There's a song in there. I'm not little. And let's think like adults then, shall we, Fräulein? Eh? What if the killer, the defendant, was wearing gloves? Gotta admit, I didn't think of that, Apollo. Well, Mr. Justice, could the killer have been wearing gloves? No way. The record of the murder weapon is very clear about one thing. The fingerprints were white, which means some trace of the prints remained. Which contradicts your testimony. If everything happened as you say it did, he wouldn't have had time to wipe the pistol. That may be, but it does not change what I saw. The killer, the defendant, threw down the murderous weapon from his hand and fled. And this pistol was found at the scene of the crime. Strongly suggesting that this was the weapon he disposed of. That sounds solid to me. Well there, forehead. Any of your precious objections? What gives, Apollo? Let's see that voice training at good work. You know, I've only recently realized something. No matter how much you train your voice, it doesn't matter if you have nothing to say. What do you mean, nothing to say? Isn't it obvious from what the witness just said? Huh? Isn't what obvious? When he restated what he saw just now, he said that Waki dropped a murderous weapon. That's not the same as This is not the same as being 100% sure that Waki threw away. You're right. He's just confused because the pistol was found at the scene. Boy, Mr. Stickler, it must be hard to be so perfect and yet so wrong. Well, it can be said that I'm quite offended. Well, it is indeed true that once in my youth I wrote a love letter in my own blood, and that was seized by the teacher and posted on the blackboard for all to see, and for this, the appellation of poor might be a prefix to my name, and the issue has... What we can say for certain is that the witness saw the killer throw something. Does the defendant have anything to say about this? Well, if what he threw wasn't the pistol, then it had to be something else. At least one person on the defense team seems to be thinking. Ah, wipe that smile off your pretty face, Gavin. Perhaps you can inform the court as to the nature of this something else. What did the killer throw away before fleeing the scene? Okay, now we get the knife. Is that a sword? I saw one of those in the late-night movie last night. Great, a sleep-deprived judge. This knife was found at the scene of the crime, with the defendant's prints on it. His prints? A single piece of evidence proves two important things. One, that the defendant... what the defendant threw down wasn't a pistol. Two, that the defendant wasn't wearing gloves. Indeed. Oh, our forehead. You're forgetting two other things you've just proven. Huh? One, that the man the witness saw was the defendant, Mr. Waki Kitaki. Two, that the defendant was holding the knife, with the intent to harm the victim. Oh! Hmm, indeed. Ah. Never underestimated Gavin and is the lesson here. This court is of the opinion that our witness is fond of making assumptions. In that light, I believe it would behoove us to hear about what really occurred. With less assuming, please. It was always the same with you people. Mark left the house on foot, and 5 minutes later, his brother left after him. All I'm going to take for Mark's brother to catch up to him. Assuming that Mark never had to stop for a traffic light. Assuming, yes, that's what I said, assuming. As if that were a probable situation at all. And here you are assuming that my assumption is no better. What this court assumes is that the witness will testify as to what happened after the shot was fired. I could not prevent the killer from leaving the scene, nor could I simply leave the scene in good conscience. Ergo, I used my cell phone to call the police. Until the police arrived at the scene 10 minutes later, I saw no one else. Why didn't you chase the killer? He was, as you say, a killer. Of course, I could have run him down, yet what would he have done when cornered? Sadly, it takes more than an aptitude for solving quadratic equations to know that. The testimony earlier not proved the defendant's presence at the scene. And do we not also know that there was no one else there? It seems clear that we have our killer. Does it not? Does it not, Mr. Justice? I better find a way to take this testimony down quick. You're not preventing the killer from leaving the scene. Okay. Nor could I simply leave the scene in good conscience. Okay. Use my cell phone to call the police. Until the police arrived at the scene 10 minutes later, I saw no one else. Is this his phone? I think we press here. Wasn't your first thought to call an ambulance? It could be said that I have dabbled in medicine. The injury I witnessed, namely a single shot to the head, tends to result in death. Ergo, there was no need for me to call an ambulance. Oh, perfect psychalism. A proof in 3 parts. Exquisite. Simply exquisite. Actually, it looks like he's going to cry. Can you tell us in detail about these 10 minutes? I stood in a state of heightened awareness. Anything could happen at any moment. Anyone could appear in any direction. Is that all? No one came, nothing happened at all. I saw it all, which is to say, I saw nothing. It was late at night. It's not odd to think that there would be a few people around the park. We just stood there watching. Not much to go on there. Tracy, if you got something to say, by all means say it. His witness is way too self-assured. Gotta be a weakness somewhere in his testimony. Which way did the killer run? By the time it was clear the killer had noticed me. Naturally, he ran in the opposite direction. That would mean he ran into the opposite direction from the Kitaki mansion. Achtung! Don't even think about pointing out that he was going away from his home. All he had to do was loop back once he was out of sight. Ah, I didn't even know that's where I was going. You're certainly composed for someone who just witnessed a killing. If one is devoted to one's life to the pursuit of science, one must never flinch at the sight of a little blood, or be so moved by a chemical discovery that one drops one's flask upon a labyrinth floor. Oh, cool answer. Very cool. Sure it was. Nothing strange about how he acted. Usually looks like she has something to say. Ah, I can't find a single problem with that testimony. Had enough at last, there, forehead. Maybe it's time to go back off a bit? Syllogism? Do we back off of this point? I don't have anything to present, I don't think. Where's an apron? Don't ask. Hmm. Do we back off from here? I don't think we do, but I don't know what, Let's still have some questions that demand answers, Your Honor. Your opinion, Prosecutor Gavin. I'll let him play attorney until he's satisfied, I say. Use myself, I compose my next smash hit in my head. Or only you may continue the cross-examination. Cell phone is call the police. Till the police arrived. The scene 10 minutes later, I saw no one else. I don't think I got anything. Yeah, I think we back off. Maybe there isn't anything left to unravel in this testimony after all. I don't have enough to walk away yet. Should I back off for now? I guess? There's nothing fishy about that testimony at all. It does appear there are no more objections to witness's current testimony. There are any number of ways to explain the lack of prints on the pistol, I assure you. Perhaps Achille was really wearing gloves, which wiped the previous user's prints off. Then, after the deed was done, this fell out of his pocket as he was throwing the gun away. A mistake befitting a small-time punk, in my opinion. No, no! We've come to the end of the line here. No, that can't be all. How unfortunate. Seems that you weren't cut out to stand on the same stage as me. Were you, Air Forehead? I believe this brings the cross-examination to a close. Court will now declare a verdict for the defendant, Waki Kitaki. Hold it. Eek! What is happening? What? Trucy? Nobody move. What's the meaning of this? Who are you? There'll be no verdict in this court, not yet. Wait, are you one of the Kitakis? The Kitakis? You mean the notorious gangsters? You don't want to see me give the pretty little girl a new smile. Do as you say. Do as I say. Join the court for 20 minutes. What? This court will not bow to pressure from the likes of... Hey, Judge. I see little point in further aggravating this gentleman. Ugh. Recess. 20 minutes, or I'll promise you'll regret it. Wait! How did he disappear so fast? What is happening? Come to the defendant lobby, Apollo. What's going on? Suppose I have no choice but to adjourn the court for 20-minute recess. Bailiff, catch the mysterious man. What? Yeah, I guess we'll save in progress. That's fucking wild. Yeah, continue on to the next chapter. Fucking hell. Trucy? Real quick, Apollo. Good show, good show. Trucy, you're okay. I thought. Don't cry, Apollo. Those good-for-nothing gangsters. There's some things you just don't do. I'm pressing charges. Wait, just calm down, Apollo. Or else. What the hell is that? What? Where the fuck did that come from? Just pull a dummy out your ass. Surprised? This is one of my best tricks. The amazing Mr. Hat. You look marvelous, darling. He's a big hit on stage at the Wonder Bar. Yes, I'm a big hit, ha ha ha. Well, do you like it? What do you think? Do you like it? You mean Trucy? There's some things you just don't do. I'm pressing charges. Apollo, now is not the time to be threatening me. It's you who's being threatened here. Huh? Remember what you said to Tawaki's father yesterday? You promised you'd save his son. But the testimony was rock solid. What are you suggesting I do? Look, once the judge declares a verdict, it's all over. If I can use my talent to stop that from happening, I will. Trucy, no more staged abductions, please. I'm not talking about magic, Apollo. I know the witness isn't confident. I can perceive what he's feeling. It may not mean anything, but it's all we've got. You can see what he's feeling? Think back, Apollo. Think back to the times when he was... when there was a contradiction in his testimony. All the times. All the times there was a contradiction. Sure, I remember. Well, I think I remember them, sure. There were 2 times between his statements, when he made statements he wasn't confident in. And each time there was a contradiction. Yes, pistol, pointing on the man in the stand. Tossing the pistol aside, he fled from the scene. He said the man tossed aside a pistol, but it turned out he wasn't sure, and sure enough, there was a contradiction. That's true, but how does that help us? Did you notice anything? Whenever he made a statement that he wasn't confident in, he displayed a certain habit. His held hand, yes, he held the pistol, You see, at the very moment he said the word pistol, his fingers got all tense, he fiddled with the corner of the page in his book. How the fuck am I supposed to see that? Well, I could see it. How else do you think Daddy went 7 years without losing a game of poker? What? They always sat next to Daddy during big matches. I could see what his opponents were feeling. You mean that's how Mr. Wright won all those games? It's not cheating officially. I wasn't looking at their hands or anything. And I wasn't there all the time either. Daddy's quite good at poker after all. But not good enough to go undefeated that long. Great, so he cheated. But what does that have to do for us? I don't believe this. You have to listen to his testimony one more time. No, scratch that. You have to watch his testimony, perceive the truth. Watch a testimony? Perceive the truth? The only thing I'm perceiving is that I'm gonna lose. Not true. Daddy said so. He said you have the power, Apollo. Mr. Wright said that? Watch the testimony, perceive his true feelings. She's serious? Time's up. Sorry, I can't think of any other way out of this one, Apollo. What was that she said before the trial started? Huh. Mr. Wright's not here today. His old foot injury was acting up. Yes, he smiled when he said we'd be fine, as long as you're there, Trucy. Well, methods aside, she did avoid one guilty verdict already today. Time to show this court what I'm made of. You ready for justice? Let's do it. Apollo. You know, I'm starting to think I can do this. I knew you could do it all along. Oh, one more thing. Try to cover for Mr. Hat as best you can. I just flew in here from the coast, and boy are my arms tired. Right. That's fucking wild. Court is now back in session. Right, we're fine. Ahem. I'd like to say that the young lady standing next to you, Mr. Justice. Oh, you mean me? Don't you have anything to report? Anything concerning the mysterious phantom in the silk top hat? Ah, right, him. Don't worry about him. I settled that. You settled that? Yes, it was an out-of-court settlement. Right. Perhaps Fraulein would have us believe that it was nothing more than a passing dream. A fantastic illusion. Now you see it, now you don't. Am I right? I think he's onto me. I wish he would stop being so cool. Let's dispense with the niceties and get straight to the matter. What are your plans for our gift as witness? Right. The defense would like to request another cross-examination. Because I forgot to ask something. There's no issue with the witness's previous testimony. I will grant your request, however, but this court will not permit stalling for time. Understood, Your Honor. Don't forget Apollo. But he isn't sure about something. He has a habit of fiddling with his book. And 10 minutes later, no one else. So it's a third testimony. Yeah, that's some fucking horseshit. Not sure I'm qualified to watch testimonies after all. Focus, Apollo. Find his weak spot. Focus, if only it were that easy. Maris heard what he says. My eyes see his explanation. See his expression. Do I have to do something more? What other sense do I have? Whoa. What's this? My bracelet? Is that like a Magatama? What's going on? My bracelet feels different somehow. I think Daddy was right. You can see it, can't you, Apollo? You're almost there. Find the weak spot in his testimony. You know, this sounds crazy. My bracelet is trying to tell me something. I think it's on police that he's hesitating. So you called immediately after witnessing the murder. The police undoubtedly have a record of my call. Why not check with them? Wait, Apollo. This has to be it. Wait, you mean his habit? Don't forget, Apollo. But he isn't sure about something. He has a habit of fiddling with his book. The only time he even had his book open was here. Which means this is the place to look for his habit. I don't know how I know, but I know. Know what? It's my bracelet. It's different somehow. I can feel it reacting to something about the witness. What? Your bracelet? Not sure I get this focus stuff you're talking about, Trucy. I have a feeling that trusting my bracelet is the way to go. What's going on? I can see the witness's face, his expression so clearly, it's filling my mind. I can see nothing else, I hear nothing else. Apollo? Trucy, what's happening to me? This is what I meant by focusing. Focusing? In this state, you can see everything, Apollo. Everything the witness does. That's great, but this is kind of freaking me out. Look for Mr. Stickler's twitch, his habit. You remember it, right? Sure, when he says something he's not sure about, he fiddles with the page of his book. You got it. Right now you're looking at the witness's face. And your eyes are sort of bugging out. I bet they are. First move. He's just losing his mind, his eyes popping out of his head. His hand. You know what to look for now, but you have to be looking at the right place. Changing my viewpoint. Like, okay. Perfect. Now you're really ready. Ready for what? Ready to perceive the truth behind the twitch. Perceive. Try listening to the witness talk as you focus. Then watch for his habit. Right. You mean when he fiddles with the page? That's right. Let's your signal look closer. Perceive with R. Find his weakness and guarantee you'll be able to give him a royal flush. Looking like true poker. Okay. I'm a magician. Thank you very much. Pay attention to his words. And his fingers. Don't worry. If you miss it, you can always try again. Right. Look up for nervous twitch. Here comes Justice. Ergo, I use my... Okay. Here again. Not ergo. So I use my cell phone. Confirm. Ergo, I use my cell phone to call the police. I feel like I definitely hit on this without having to do this minigame. Like, I definitely had questions about his cell phone. I saw it. Just now, I could see it. Mr. Justice, you have something to say. All this banging of desks is quite bad for my circulation, you know? Mr. Stickler, allow me to ask you a simple question. Why did you fiddle with the page of your book just now? The very moment you mentioned your cell phone. What are you talking about? I'm curious now about this cell phone of yours. Mind if I ask a few questions? What do I ask? What do I ask? Ask for his number. Ask to see his phone. Ask what the model of the phone is. Mr. Stickler, please show me your cell phone. Oh, why, whatever for? Show me and you'll find out. Well, I can't. I don't have it, you see. You don't have it? Mr. Stickler, is this your cell phone? Yeah, where did you get that? That's the phone from yesterday. We found it under the car, yeah. I don't think that we needed the thing for this, the perceiving. Like, there was definitely a line of logic that we could have asked. We'll drop beneath this tire. If the car moved, it would be crushed for sure. Wonder if it belongs to the doctor here. How strange, Mr. Stickler. Can you explain why your cell phone is sitting here in my hand at this very moment? Wait a minute. What is the meaning of this? This cell phone was found yesterday in the Maractus Clinic garage. But Maractus? Why, that's the victim. That's where the victim lived. That's impossible. Mr. Stickler, you lied to the court, didn't you? If your cell phone is here, how could you have called the police? Well, it is true, I didn't have my cell phone that night. That's why it can be said that I called the police from a public payphone. A payphone? So you didn't call your cell phone after all? Just where was this payphone located, Mr. Stickler? Well, to indicate it with a startlingly high degree of accuracy, it was right around here. That's quite a ways from the park. But why did you lie? There can only be one reason. He didn't want the court to know he had lost his cell phone. Because it was found in the victim's garage. What are you saying? Mr. Stickler? You broke into the Maractus Clinic garage on the night of the murder. And his cell phone tells all. Well, that's ridiculous. Well, that makes it sound like I snuck into this fellow's garage to commit some crime. As though I were trying to kill him. Well, Dr. Maractus was killed that night. Well, yes, but no, this line of reasoning has to be against the rules. Yes, it's true I lost my cell phone, but you can't prove that I lost it that night. Well, Mr. Justice, that cell phone was dropped the night of the murder. It does raise considerable suspicion as to the connection with this crime. Now's your chance, Apollo. Connect Mr. Stickler to the crime. Oh, he's already connected enough. I have to prove it. You have a piece of evidence that can do the job. I prove the cell phone was dropped on the night of the murder. Can I prove the cell phone was dropped on the night of the murder? Yes. I know that I can prove the cell phone was dropped on the night of the murder. Or I know that the cell phone was dropped on the night of the murder. I don't know if I can prove it. Because it was underneath... Because I found it underneath the car in Maractus's garage. We know that the car was out that night. Because it fucking almost hit Nick. Or it did hit Nick, actually. It didn't almost hit anything. It definitely hit Nick. So we know the car was out because Nick was injured. And the car was back in the garage, and the phone was underneath the car, underneath the wheels. So the phone wasn't broken. Thus, it was dropped that night. Of course I have evidence. Oh, I like your swagger here, forehead. Hit it. Court will see this evidence, Mr. Justice. Hit it, as they say. Evidence that proves a cell phone was dropped on the night of the murder is... That's a side view mirror. As it so happens, Dr. Maractus' car was in an accident that took place the night of the murder. An accident? An accident. Happened a little after 9 p.m. just outside the People Park, our murder scene. Dr. Maractus' car hit a pedestrian. What are you trying to say? From the absence of the mirror, it's clear that the car was parked after the accident, which means it was parked there after 9 p.m. on the night of the murder. If your cell phone had been dropped before the car was parked in the garage, then it would have been crushed. After all, it was lying on the ground right under the wheel. Ergo, Mr. Stickler. The only time you could have dropped this in the garage was after 9 p.m. the night of the murder at the park. Whoa. Mr. Stickler, you know what that means? You know what this means? You did break into the victim's garage that night. This is most unexpected, Mr. Justice. Are you naming the witness as a suspect in the murder of Paul Maractus? No, stop. This is too much. Can't be happening. I'm very burpy. Prosecutor, say something. I suppose it's worth saying this. No connection has been found between Wesley Stickler and Paul Maractus. That is, other than this. I believe our next testimony will be the most revelatory. Is the witness prepared? Yes, Your Honor. You know that face? That's the face of guilt. Keep an eye for when he fiddles with his book. That night, yes, I went to the supermarket. Must have dropped my cell phone on the way back. When I was walking through the park, I happened to witness the crime. I saw the killer, the victim, the stand, all clear as day. It was him. I saw the defendant at the scene. Yes, but your cell phone was lying in the garage. Ah, yes. Well, you can see my model. Of cell phone has a defect. It is given to rolling. It's quite a pain when you drop it along the road, you know. Looks like a normal cell phone to me. In any case, Mr. Justice, the cross-examination, please. That's funny. The bracelet didn't react at all during that testimony. His nervous habit must not be acting up. I didn't sense anything either, actually. Looks like you're on your own this time around. Right, no problem. I hope. Here comes Justice. So you went shopping, which means you were holding a grocery bag when you witnessed the murder taking place? Well, yes, of course. Incidentally, the prosecution has received a report of this domestic detail. Mr. Stickler, can you explain yourself? No, I mean, yes, I did go shopping, really. I walked around the supermarket trying out the free samples. It's a deeply spiritual time for me. I'm sure the store clerks would disagree. You think sampling free food counts as a religion? In any case, that night, I sampled to my heart's content and was on my way back home, yes. That's when you passed in front of the Maractus Clinic. Why, yes, that's correct. That was a pretty suspicious pause there. Mr. Stickler, do you think you could be a bit more specific? Please show us the exact route you took on the night of the murder. Of course. The supermarket is here along the main road. My home from there takes me past the Maractus Clinic. That's probably when I dropped my cell phone. Yet, what was I walked on, unaware of my loss. And walked right into that faithful park. Walking through the park, I haven't witnessed a crime. Which entrance did you enter the park from? Well, to be exact, one might say I went in from the entrance closest to the Maractus Clinic. Same entrance our victim used. Did you notice anything when you entered? Wheel marks from a noodle stand, for instance? I have no recollection of such a thing, no. Yet, though I might have missed the tracks, I could not have missed what happened next. I am a keen observer of the obvious, you might say. This part of the testimony is the key, I know it. Should I press him about the killer, the victim, or the noodle stand? Killer, the victim, and the noodle stand. Yeah, students fucking are poor. That's fun. That's very sad. From how he is describing it, it doesn't make sense for him to have entered through the entrance closest to the Maractus Clinic. Because the killer ran away from the Kitaki mansion, so he had to have entered from the south. Because the killer had their back to the river. The noodle stand came from Elidune's house, and the killer fled the scene away from the Kitaki mansion. What was oh, the killer, the victim, the stand, all clear as day. Noodle stand. You happen to remember the noodle stand? Quite well, yes. For a student of the sciences, keen observation and healthy curiosity are vital. Remember everything. I could even read the sign. I believe it said, noodle. Yes, that's what it was. It really shouldn't have, because that means he read it from this side. Which doesn't make sense, because the noodle stand would have been pulled from here. From Elidune's house. in basically a straight line. See, you would have had to have been coming from the north in order to see the noodle stand. In order to see Noodle on the banner. Because if he came from the Kataki Mansion, it would have said Eladune. If he came from the rear, he would have been looking at the back. If he came from the north, it would have said Noodle. And he couldn't have come from that way, because then that was the river. We're remembering something quite well. It sure looks like you took a while to tell us. And thank you for telling us that a noodle stand sells noodles. Very enlightening. Well, Mr. Justice. What about that sign? Could it be important? Very important. It does make sense. The sign on the noodle stand said noodle? It appears the defense has just obtained a vital piece of testimony. Is this noodle stand's broth really that delicious? We'll have to go sample the wares one of these days. Oh no. Judge, that noodle stand will kill you. I think it's worth adding to the testimony as well. Whatever sort of noodles that stand sells, it can't match up to IVU's cafeteria. Simply apply to the school for merely a taste of our smart noodles. I want to taste that myself.
Objection!
And you're absolutely sure the sign read noodle? Why, just last week, my professor offered me this praise. At least you have good eyesight, Stickler. I'll give you that. I'd read without a doubt noodle. I see. Why are you looking at me like that? Is that pity in your eyes? Let's take a look at our map, shall we? So you're claiming that when you saw the sign, you were standing here, was it? Although that would have been a bit hard to read the sign from this spot. You think so? Mr. Stickler, I'd like you to please take another look at the stand. And to carefully read what the sign says. See, the sign actually states the name of the stand's owner. Eladunes. Inconceivable. I'm certain it was definitely Noodle for sure, positive. I'm afraid your professor was wrong about that eyesight. I wouldn't be so quick to jump to that conclusion. Sign you saw changes everything. The witness says the sign said Noodle, and he saw it right. What would you say if I told you that there is one spot from which the sign would read that way, would read the way Mr. Stickler claims? What? Mr. Justice, show us this spot. Witness actually viewed the stand from this location. Anywhere here. Witness was standing here, on the opposite side. How do you know that? When viewed from the south, the sign on the stand reads Eladunes, as we know. However, observe the other side of the stand. Oh, this side said Noodle. Exactly. The name of the stand is split between the front and back sides. Mr. Stickler, you lied to the court. You witnessed the crime from the northern side of the park, not the south. Yeah, you got me. So what? So what? What does it matter if you saw the killing from the north or the south side? Makes no difference at all. He's right. Travel far enough to the south and you will end up going north. Viewed on a global scale, directions are utterly without meaning. What? Actually, maybe he's right. What does it change? It changes everything, Apollo. Trucy? Remember his testimony from before. But to be honest, I'm a little scared of where this is leading. Yeah, because that means he fucking shot the victim. The killer and the victim are facing each other here. Then, at the moment the killer raises his weapon, Mr. Stickler shouts. I like the noses. At which point the victim turns his head to look. And the killer fires his pistol. That's why the bullet hit him in the right temple. No contradictions, right? Right. But if Mr. Stickler was standing on the north side of the park, that reverses the whole scenario. Completely. Mr. Stickler shouts from where he is now, and the victim looks in his direction. The bullet would have hit his left temple. Ah! Ah! In other words, someone standing at point K couldn't shoot the victim in his right temple. It's impossible. That's right. So now we know that Mr. Stickler was standing on the northern side. The wound location takes on an entirely different meaning. Indeed, you're absolutely right, Fraulein. What meaning? The entry wound was on the right side of the victim's head, correct? Oh, the right side of the victim's head. He's north. North? Ah. That's where the witness, Wesley Stickler, was standing. Correct. So, if he was standing to the north, then the only person here who could have shot the victim in the right temple was Mr. Stickler himself. Yeah. Order, order, order. Wow, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. She flipped this whole case on its head while I was still figuring it out. Objection! Oh, he's interacting with the background, wow. Clarify 1 point for me, would you, her air forehead? What now? Are you truly accusing the college student of murder? I can't say he exactly looks innocent, but something still doesn't feel right. I just can't picture him as a real killer. No, please, looks aside, I'm actually a nice guy. All my friends say so. Let's hear what the defense has to say. What are we gonna do now, Justice? Should I really accuse Mr. Stickler? Accused of another crime. I don't think Wesley Stickler is a killer, but he's not innocent either. His unusual silence tells me that much. Mr. Stickler, you seem unusually quiet. Tell us why now. The word confession isn't in my dictionary. Just tisk, Air Forehead? I'm afraid it falls to you to educate Air Stickler's silence. Elucidate Air Stickler's silence. Mr. Justice, you did say you were accusing the witness just now for a crime other than murder. Your reason? The court's all ears. Ah! I know he's guilty of something, but what crime other than murder is there? Do I have evidence that shows involvement in some other crime? Your evidence. The court's all eyes, Mr. Justice. Show us evidence that points to the witness's involvement in the crime. I would like to present to the court these panties. Something tells me this isn't one of those good silences. Something else to say, Mr. Justice. One more chance? Please? By all means. Your effort wasn't wasted. Look, a brand new penalty. What? I know he's guilty of something. What crime is it? What? That was right, though. That was right. If it's Trucy's panties, I'm gonna be really mad. I'm gonna be really upset. Because that was right. This is correct. Fuck you, game. I'm not wrong here. This underwear is much better at tying I am to the crimes. Tie him to the crime scene! Fuck you, game! How about that? Damn it! Try that one. Fuck you, game! The evidence is this. Go fuck yourself. What is that? It's that woman's underwear. Hey, those are mine. Don't look at me like that. Son of a bitch. Order, order, order. Mr. Stickler. Well, I can't say this comes as a shock. It's not what it seems. My Pythagoras theorem. Pythagoras? On the night of the murder, just past 9 p.m., a young girl catches the panty snatcher red-handed. Bravely, she gives chase, but the snatcher flees and hides himself in no other place than Miraculous Garage Clinic. Something like that. Aha. Incidentally, these panties were found in the exhaust pipe of the car there. Presumably, he was trying to hide the evidence of his crime. Ergo, while you may not have been a murder, you are guilty of panty snatching in the first degree. Please, hear me out. It's not what it looks like. Order, order, order! Mr. Stickler. You should be ashamed. It's not what it seems. Seems. So, we should understand that you were silent, not because you were guilty of murder, but because you lacked the courage to admit your theft of this girl's undergarments. Perhaps you're not aware of my school's... that my school's name was originally... Perhaps you are not aware that my school's name was originally written IV. I stands for intelligent, V stands for valiant, see? Your point? I'm not done now. I'm a major of the science department. And what does science teach if not curiosity? Yes, we of IVU, science department, are valiant and curious. No challenge is too daunting, and what greater challenge science is there than a mystery? Come on, you're talking about a girl's panties here. No, you do not understand. Mystery is the unknown, and the unknown is unacceptable. And my friends, when it comes to mysteries, those panties are the promised land. From the moment I first landed on them, I was compelled to investigate for science. A full-size car tire was the only the first of the mysteries this panty revealed. Tire? Yes, I saw her do it. She pulled a tire out of those panties. But that's not all. First, there was a tire, then a stew pot, then a frozen chicken. One mystery after another. It was magic. Oh, I remember now. He's one of the regulars at the audience at the Wonder Bar. Huh? He's talking about my magic panties trick. This is spiraled into a really stupid direction. I just don't understand. A broom from a pair of panties. It mocks the very laws of physics. A broom? And a frozen chicken, Trucy? Whatever happened to doves and bunny rabbits? Mr. Stickler, you stole this girl's panties to understand a magic trick? You say panties, but they are so much more than that. For me, they are an object for serious study. I wonder. There's been a recent rash of panty snatching in the area. Were they all you? I'm sorry, but I did it for science. Each time I spied a pair of panties flapping in the breeze, I thought maybe this would be the pair that would elucidate the mystery. Even that night, as she chased me through the streets, I wept tears of joy. Perhaps this was the night that I will seize the truth that lies within those panties. Yet woe was I. For once again, the lace heart pattern truth slipped through my fingers. Still, that leaves one thing unexplained. You refer to eyewitness's other lie, yes? Witness claimed he saw the crime from the south, but it was in fact the north. Indeed. Would anyone care to explain why he lied about that? Be my guest there, forehead. Me? Did I hear you correctly? Did you not say... you do not accuse the witness of murder? Why then did the witness lie about his location at the time of the shooting? Or have you no ideas? Apollo, there's something about the way the diagram is arranged right now. When you think about it, right where Mr. Stickler was standing, isn't there? Wasn't there a... Well, Mr. Justice, what say you? you have any evidence to show why the witness lied about his location? Yes, I do. Not fucking happy about it. Either of them should have worked. The evidence shows why he lied. Is this? What? More panties? How many panties are you carrying in your pockets, Air Forehead? These are the last, honest. These are found in the trash can in the park. Looking at the diagram, you can see that the trash can was right next to where the witness stood. Mr. Stickler, you didn't. Alas, I'm a failure as a scientist. I can't unravel the mysteries of the universe. I can't even unravel a pair of panties. So, these panties are your handiwork as well. God, why does he look so fucking evil there? That night, I'd been chased, hounded in Themractus Clinic garage. Weeping in frustration, I was forced to abandon my prize. Don't you see how I felt? Believe me, I'd rather not. I hid in the garage for a short while, then abandoning the panties, I made for home. Avoid the office where the girl works, so went towards the south entrance. When I saw them hanging there on a clothesline by the giant mansion. A giant pair of panties. Apparently he didn't know those bloomers belonged to the mob. Jesus Christ! I forgot about that! God, Stickler! You could have died! Holy shit! They would have killed you! Oh my god, you stole the underwear of a mob wife! Oh shit! Dude! Holy shit, that was dangerous! I had them safe in my pockets, ready to take home, when I stumbled upon a murder. The murder of Dr. Maractus. I reported what I had seen, but as I waited for the police to arrive, I got scared. What if they searched me? That's when you disposed of the bloomers? Yes, it was a severe blow for the progress of science, but one that had to be done. I had to be bored. Choking on water. Dying. A fascinating, if disturbing, tale. I believe this brings today's proceedings to a close, and I'm more than pleased to dismiss the witness for the remainder of this trial. One last thing, if I might. Yes, Prosecutor Gavin. Regardless where we ended today, some vital points were made. Laney, the defendant, Wakitaki, was at the scene of the crime, and he was pointing a weapon at the victim. One more thing. Wakitaki has a clear motive. Indeed, the defendant Wakitaki is still the prime suspect in this case. The only suspect, in fact, assuming there was no one else at the scene at the time. Yet a mystery remains. The location of the wound in the victim's right temple has yet to be explained. The court requests further investigation from both the defense and the prosecution. Yeah, baby. No problem. Very well, this brings the trial for the day to a close. Court is adjourned. Fucking... What a weird fucking trial. Like, what a weird fucking trial. Right, anything in agency. What a train wreck that was. I'm glad we made it out of that trial alive. Really, I had fun. And Waki made it through the day, too. Everyone was too obsessed with panties to bother with the real case. But it was good publicity. Imagine the crowd at my show tonight. You should come, Polly. Yeah. The amazing Mr. Hat will make an appearance. Hi, folks. I'll be here all week. That's about enough of him. Ah, Alita. Hello. Ah, Miss Tiala. Thank you for today. The trial went well. Oh, right, no problem. You think Waki will be okay? Well, he's not guilty. Yet. Please, you have to help him. We're supposed to get married next month. Oh, congratulations. Ah, I had to put the pressure on a guy. Please let me know if there's anything I can do to help. Are you sure about marrying into the Kataki family? I'm fine with it. I love Waki with all my heart. Oh, that's so sweet. So it doesn't bother you that you'll be, married to the mob? I don't think so. My parents were against it, of course. Say, where did you and Waki first meet, anyway? Good question. Miss Tiala doesn't look like the type to have gangster connections. Oh, we met at my old job, actually. Ah, office romance. She's not very forthcoming with information about herself, is she? Did you know that the boss is trying to get out of the business? Really? Mr. Kataki wants to quit being a gangster? He's trying to transfer his assets into a normal company. He only announced it recently, out of the blue. I hear there's quite a lot of confusion in the ranks. Wonder if that explains the apron. I can't imagine Waki going along with that. He's highly motivated, isn't he? Not the word I would have used. He said, I'll be the big boss and keep the family alive. I think he's at the age where boys want to make a mark on the world. That's not the way I would have put it. His father moves in a lot of circles. He's really focused on the profits. The Kataki family's been making a killing recently. Again, not the way I would have put that. Waki says it's not about the money. They have the gangster tradition to uphold. Oh, generational gap. They even got the ever classic, what about the family business thing going on? Usually that's the father worried about the tradition. Can I ask you a question about Waki? I understand he was operated on by the victim, Dr. Maractus. Apparently, yes. I was in a clinic about half a year ago. He messed up my op something bad. Then he just lets me go without a word. See ya. Bye. I gotta go and get another doc to patch me up again. Yes, it sounded horrible. Waki's always been fond of fighting, I'm afraid. I'm not sure if it qualifies as fighting when pistols are involved. Mr. Gavin was saying his life might be in danger, wasn't he? No, that can't be right. I'm sure he was just trying to scare us. I'm scared to think that a surgeon might make a mistake. It's even scarier when he tries to hide it. I'd like to know a little more about this operation. Maybe it's time to pay the Maractus Clinic a visit. I should be getting home now. Waki's in your hands, Mr. Justice. Right. Leave it to me. Paulo, I think you're only making her more nervous. Sorry, I'm new at this, okay? It's alright. I believe in you. Alright, rock and roll. What's going on, Nick? How you doing? Hey, he's not here. Let's see if we can talk to Waki. June 16th, Detention Center, Visitor's Room. Looks like Waki's out for questioning. I really need to talk to him. So we'll come back later. Excuse me. Yes? The other suspect is all through with questioning, sir? The other? Ah, you mean the panty snatcher. Wesley Stickler. So they arrested him, too. Alright, let's have a little chat with Mr. Stickler. I hope I don't regret this. He's a valuable witness. He's a bit precious, or precocious. Is it precocious? Precocious. I'll give him that. Please keep this brief if you would. I'm quite busy. I need to finish this paper. Ah, it's you. Mr. Stickler, I'd like to have a few words with you. Very well, as long as they're few. Nothing would make me happier, believe me. Mr. Stickler, on the night of the murder, you stole... Wait, I can't help but feel that I'm being misunderstood. How exactly? Yes, the night I obtained a pair of panties, it's true. However, it was my burning curiosity that drove me to do it, nothing more. You wanted to know the trick to my panties, right? You're here too? Oh great Trucy, teach me. Eek! I must know the secret of your panties. My very existence hangs in the balance. Please make me your apprentice. Apollo, help. I don't know. I think you make a great lovely assistant. Don't say that, Apollo. Could you relate what you saw the night of the murder to us one more time? Why not, though it hardly differs from the testimony I gave in court. The defendant was there in the park the night of this, I'm quite certain. He was pointing a pistol, or something like that, at the victim. That's when I shouted, "Stop, you two. Let's resolve this like gentlemen." And the next moment, a shot was fired. And this is all true? Really? My panties are gone. My innermost heart is revealed. What further reason do I possibly have to lie? I can't think of anything you'd want to hide more than panty snatching, true. Sounds like Walkie was at the scene of the crime, after all. I wish it weren't so. Fine, ignore evidence, see if I care. What am I thinking? A sec not. Let's not go there. Okay. We don't have that. Ah! Why don't they just give us that one other diagram? Give me the People's Park diagram. Mr. Elidoon. Hey, it's Mr. Elidoon. Oh, Mr. Elidoon. What's wrong?
So, you found my stand. That's why I'm here, to thank you.
Ah.
But now it's a crime scene, they won't let me have it back. That's also why I'm here, I got no other place to go.
Ah, I see.
How can a noodle stand be a crime scene? That's what I don't get, Trucy doll. Even in death, he's after my neck, I tell ya. Ah. Ain't even cooking on his noodle.
He? Even in death? You mean the victim, Dr. Maractus?
I tell ya. I shouldn't have to drive a man to make his soup even saltier.
Why me never eat his noodles when he's in a bad mood?
That stand, for generations has served as the very best noodles that elders could make. A tradition of noodles and salty broth. It's more than a stand, it's a history, I tell ya.
Watch what you say, or it might become true. That's a great story, Mr. Elidoon. A single stand, passed down from generation to generation.
Of course, to be honest, I didn't plan on doing it.
That's right, you said something about that. About you rebelling against your pops, was it?
Good memory, Trucy doll. I was a go-getter back in my day. Tell my friend next door, but I didn't. In the end, I was left with nothing but his dusty old stand to earn my fortune.
Mr. Elidoon, I don't mean to pry, but what exactly did you do before you became a chef?
Ah, let old noodles lie, is what I say.
Trying to get an idea of what he did, anyway.
He stole my dream and left me with nothing but noodles. How do you have that?
Mr. Elidoon, if I might ask, what exactly happened between you and the Maractus Clinic?
Eh? Eh?
I couldn't help but sense enmity there.
Enmity? I hate him. Hated. Him acting like he smells like roses when he's rolling in the mud.
Excuse me?
He's the only doctor in the clinic, you know. Pretty impressive, eh? I tell his secret to his success, the mob.
You mean the Kataki family?
They're always having one of them turf wars or whatnot. Always an injury or two that needs fixing. Maractus saw a chance for some business. So started giving Kataki's family a good deal.
A deal?
Every fifth operation is free. He stole the idea from my pops. One free bowl of noodles a week. That's what he used to say.
Can a doctor just decide to do that? What about the insurance companies?
Oh, no doubt it's illegal. Well, it's him It's got him in good with the family. Pretty sure he was getting all the business in town. Leaving me here in the dark. Up to my neck in soupy noodles.
I think I figured out Mr. Elidun's former occupation. Can't hurt to ask, Apollo. Mr. Elidun. Or should I say Dr. Elidun?
Figured it out, did ya? That's right, I was a doctor, a surgeon. Until the year before last.
So, Mr. Maractus was your rival.
You like those onions they put in a soup broth?
Yeah, kinda.
You take a spoon, you drink some broth. Those onions will find their way in there. For people who like them, that's just fine. For people who hate them, I hate onions, hate them. Always sneaking in from the side, getting in the way of the good tasting spoonful. Well, that's what he was, an onion. Onion boy, that's what I call him.
So you weren't exactly friends.
Ah, me and Paul Maractus. Ever since preschool, we were getting on each other's face. No matter what I did, sure enough, he'd come following along. Then he'd do it better than me. Just blow right past without so much as a howdy.
I see.
That's right, I was a surgeon long before he was, you know? And that no-good onion boy comes along.
Well, Trucy, looks like we found ourselves a new suspect. Don't say that.
Thanks to him, I was forced to trade my scalpel for a ladle. Sorry, pal, didn't even mean to weigh you down with an old man's ramblings.
No, it's fine.
By way of an apology. You ever get yourself in a spot of trouble, you drop by.
Huh?
You're investigating Maractus, ain't you?
Yes?
Well, you want to know... You want to know about a doctor? You ask a doctor, that's all I'm saying. You should think of me if you need something, Trucy doll.
Right, thanks, Mr. Elidun. The time spent listening to him complain wasn't entirely wasted. Oh. Well, we've got to check out the clinic, that's for sure. Yeah, what about the guard? No harm in asking? Excuse me?
Hey, it's you two from yesterday.
That's the same officer who was standing out by the park yesterday.
Your business is over at the park, isn't it? The clinic's off limits, it's not involved.
But...
What part of off limits do you not understand? Show me proof the clinic is connected to the incident of the park or beat it.
No harm in asking. No gain either. No point in sticking around here, I guess. Alright. I guess we go swap the mirror for, who's the what's-its? For the slippers. Ah, Plum. Ah, she's back.
Hey, you two, over here.
Us? Yo, little Plum, what's up? I think all this gangsteries is a negative influence on Trucy.
I heard you retrieve my bloomers.
Well, I was just doing...
Ah, a man speaks clearly and takes credit where it's due. You caught the thief, didn't you?
Yes. Sorry, I caught him. You're cute when you're nervous, Polly. I'll deal with you later.
Enough about bloomers. What about my son, Walkie?
Walkie, well, he's,
Clearly.
Yes, ma'am. This is why I was kind of hoping we could avoid coming back here. He's really everything you'd expect in the boss's son. I'm going to be a gangster, dude.
Life does have an appeal for that age. Particularly for boys.
What? Don't look at me like that.
He was shot in a turf war about half a year ago.
Yes, we heard the story from Walkie.
They didn't tell you the whole story. You know, even if he had a pistol then, he couldn't have shot anyone.
What?
He acts like he's hard, but he couldn't shoot someone with it to save his life. I should know, I'm his mom.
Their words do have a certain weight to them. Weight, maybe not necessarily credibility, though.
Hopefully when this is all taken care of, he and the boss can sort out their differences.
The boss? You mean Walkie's father? They didn't seem to be on the best terms, did they?
It's true. One of our pistols is missing.
The murder weapon was from the mansion. We kind of figured, given the difficulty of obtaining a gun these days.
Another rank and file of access. Only the boss, myself, and Waki could have taken it.
I see.
I'm sure the cops will continue tromping all over the mansion because of this case. This is a sign it's time for a change. Wah ha 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 ha.
She doesn't seem too concerned, at least.
Yeah, Waki's fiance.
They're getting married next month, correct?
I suppose. She's been staying over lately.
You don't look too happy about that, little plum.
How'd you guess?
Even I could tell that. Could you tell us more about her?
Waki brought her home one day. Then he wants to tie the knot.
I can see why. She's so pretty.
Oh, she's pretty enough. But you know... it's probably just me being suspicious. Stay in the business too long. And you start to only see darkness in people. You get a nose for it. A nose for people. A nose for trouble.
I wonder what the problem is. It's like a gangster's only version of the female intuition.
The boss may act tough, but that boy means the world to him.
Waki seems, well... Seems like he's against his father's position.
That's to be expected. We're at a little bit of a transition right now. Trying to cut our ties to the shadier sides of the streets and do more on the up and up. Waki isn't too enthusiastic about the change, that's true.
But why the change? Is the gangster thing just not paying the bills?
It pays, but we need a lot of money right now. Clean money, that is.
I see. Something must be up.
They'll see things the way the boss sees them someday.
Where I found the mirror. Think of it. There's something else in here. Something near the bottom. Look at the paint on these. That means these must have ended up in here after Mr. Wright's accident. Maybe they were connected. Let's pick them up. Hold on. Hold on. I still have the mirror. What the fuck, Trucy? Why must you lie to me? You can hold so much shit in your pockets. I don't think there's anything else here. Let's go to Mr. Elidune's house. Finish at the miraculous clinic. Walls are posts so high I polished I can see my face in them. Wait, my hairdy's a little flat. There, perfect. Oh, there's just talk, okay. Oh, I just present here, okay. Sorry, Shiny Boy, I'm interested. What? There's a leaf. These shots to press 1. Okay. Put a little bit of pause here. I'm gonna refill my water. I'll be right back. Alright, there we go. I'm back. I have my water filled up. God, fucking Plum's voice is just fucking killing me. It's a similar voice. I put as much gravel in the voice as I do with like Gundam Tanaka back in Danganronpa 2. It's really rough, and Gundam was around for a good bit too. I guess we'll go see Nick. Nope. Where can we present these? There you go. About these. Hey, my bloomers. Thanks for that. I owe you one. I thought you might like them back, so... oh, no, no. Why'd you keep them as a souvenir? Oh, no, I couldn't. Really, thanks for the offer, but... I could use those in my Magic Panties act. I pull shivs and pieces of Godfathers out of them. Shivs and pieces and Godfathers out of them. Great, now your props are going from bland to dangerous. This pistol belongs to the Kataki family. Is that correct? That's one of the pieces we keep around. That is, we used to keep around. They're all gone now. Oh? Police came yesterday and took everything. Everything but my broom. Don't you think you should have given them that too? You kidding? I can't clean up very well without a broom. Can you tell me if this knife belongs to Waki? Oh, that's his knife, all right. Bought it for him for his birthday. Wow, that's pretty hardcore present. I remember him falling asleep with it clutched in his arms. Oh, I know the feeling. I bet he was just as happy as when I was with my plastic spaghetti. Alright. Okay, move. Move into the People's Park. Oh. Nope, nope. Any very particular leaves? What color does paint and splash across the gate? Most of those pretty much dry too. We're gonna do one heck of a cleanup job. Okay. Go to Eladune. Sent. That's right, Sonny. When you bring my sand home. I'm ready. Can't you see I'm ready? I guess. So I'll change back home in case you're not closed. You hear me? I think I'll avoid talking to a stand in the future. Alright, shiny boy. I'm ready for sand. Pressure. Cracking on the case. You like my stand. I bet. What? Fucking. Okay. Move. Right anything agency. Ah, perfect. This is what we're waiting for. Attention center, visitor's room. I was hoping to meet with our client. Waki Kataki's just finished questioning. I'll bring him out. Great, finally. Yo, what's up, my little imposter? Ink, what did you call me? Sam, it's you. Sorry, G. Thought you were Alita. Alita? Fuck. My little imposter sure is a strange nickname. It's a Clink thing. You wouldn't understand. Did I say imposter? I meant imposter. Like poster girl, alright? You're going to drop part of that. Why not drop poster? Just call her girl. You're so much more than that, gee. She's an angel, a fallen angel. So, what can I do you for? You don't look so chipper today, Walkie. Worried about your, heart condition, maybe? Young fuck, sure. Leave to here. Oh, did your father not tell you? The bullet you carry so close to your heart, not attended to immediately, could kill you. Man, I ain't trying to hear that. A man fights to protect what's valuable to him, you know? That's what I'm saying. Miss my fallen angel. Hey, you go get a leader for me. You're my lawyer, aren't you? Lawyer, you're not Gopher. So we hear you're to be married next month. Straight up, we pour the nuptial 40 out for on the stoop. Lita, oh snapple cakes. Oh so fine. I think he's smitten with her in his own weird way. I was wondering, how did you two meet? I asked Tiala. But she was very vague. Huh? Well, man, she wouldn't tell you. I best hold my tongue, you feel me? What? Man, what's past is past, she knows that. Mythalita feels like there's things worth protecting out there, you feel me? My Alita, she's down with that all the way. Both of them are mum about their past. Do you think you could tell us what happened with you and Paul Maractus? This is something you should know. Wikitakis are having what you might call a feud with the Rivals family. So about 6 months back, I go to the Rivals turf back in a knife, right? And you were shot? Coldest thing I ever seen. One shot to the heart, but my homies were too late. It's a miracle that I lived. It's already considered one of the 7 wonders of the Kitaki family, you know that? So you're taking to the Maractus clinic then? You should have seen their faces when they wheeled me in. Can't just let the boss's son die, you know? I'd hate to have been in that doctor's shoes. Mr. Kitaki's scary enough when he's not angry. But the bullet that hit you, it was never removed. And it's still threatening his life. That doctor, he did it on purpose. The Rivals paid him off, I'm sure of that. I need to hear more about the night of the murder. That much is clear. Life in the family is a G thing. That's about being a man. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, I'm not up on my G things. I'm not even sure what a G thing is. My old man, he's gone soft. Says the old rival gang days are over. He just wants to make money. Isn't that a good thing? Man, there ain't no soul in making money. Better live fast and die young for shizzle. Ugh. Wait till I run the yard, then everyone will know what time it is. That's right, OG time all the time. Represent. Apollo, why does he keep talking about old guys? I don't think that's what OG means, Trucy. Knife. About these weapons, the pistol and the knife. They belong to the family. I snuck them out that night. So the killer, Mr. Stickler, says he saw that night was... I guess it was me. It was there after all. Ah! We're finished. Yo, Walkie. You think you could tell us exactly what happened that night? Yeah. You don't beat around the bush, do you? Like your style, shorty. Alright, night of the crime. Actually, there's a question I've been wanting to ask you for a while now. That is, did you do it? Did you shoot him? I don't know. Hey? Day of the checkup was when I found out the bullet in my heart. I borrowed a gun from the family stash. Figured I'd give that doctor a taste of his own bad medicine. Uh-oh. I don't like where this is going. But you were carrying a knife, weren't you? Oh, that? Yeah, well, never can be too careful, I say. So I'm on my way to the clinic, right? When I run into him in the park, and he's dragging this noodle stand behind him. Wait, you didn't put him up to that? Like, you know, in the movies? If you value your life, you'll bring the stand. Shorty, you're more whack than I am. I'm not saying something. But I was serious. Thing is, I don't remember what happened next after all too well. You don't remember? The way I see it, if there wasn't anyone else there that night, I guess it probably was me who did him in, you know what I'm saying? What? What? Yeah, whatever. Alright. Thank you, Walker. You have been surprisingly unhelpful. Okay, let's see. Have we gained anything? Not really. Poker head in the garage? Nothing. Eldon's house, move. Itaki. Hey, there we are. Look at that crowd over by the park. Probably people trying to get a glimpse of the crime scene. But why are those girls screaming? I think I just heard one say, "Oh my god, it's him!" Wait, that motorcycle. Ah, if it isn't Air Forehead. Prosecutor Gavin. Some fans found me on my way out. Just my luck. Oh my god, he's so cool. And thus the screams. New album just came out, you know? Try waving to them. They love it. Oh, he's so cute. That's so excited it doesn't matter who waves at him, see? This is surreal. So you were here investigating? And I was on my way home when when my hog gave up the ghost. Your hog. My motorcycle won't start. Clogged exhaust pipe. Too bad. Looks like such a nice bike too. Hard to believe it could break just from that. Ah, it's my fault. I think I was using the wrong oil. Cars, motorbikes, they're all the same. Clogs the exhaust and they won't run. Yeah, machines. Tell me you share my angst there, Forehead. I ride a bicycle, actually. In any case, I'm off to the shop to get her fixed. Detective in charge of the scene isn't fond of me in any case. Detective? You mean the one in the lab coat? Yeah, she's a foul mouth too, be gentle. Off we to sand, baby. Oh my god, there he goes. And the forecast for the park today, gloomy skies. We have nothing to do but head on in. Let's hit the park, Apollo. I spy footprints that were under the tarps. Huh? Something about the scene look different to you? The blue tarps are gone. Maybe that's it. Yeah, I think you're right. Look over there. The white frock detective from yesterday. Seems to be apologizing reverently. To the trash can? She's under a lot of stress. The investigation's probably not going so well. Hey, you there. You're gonna talk about someone being behind their back. Do it more quietly, please. Hello, Emma. Oh, Detective Sky, hello. You seem as gloomy as ever. Just miserable. I just got a new kit and I can't get the stuff to work. And everyone's all smiles for that glamorous fop. Glamorous, oh. Does she mean Prosecutor Gavin? More to the point, doesn't she mean glamorous? When he walks, his shiny chains catching the sun and glimmer in my eyes. It's distracting. Speaking of distracting, I guess I just had to accept the fact that I lack talent. Sounds like she's trying out some sort of new forensic technique. Detective Sky, you know Mr. Wright, correct? How do you know my daddy? I want details. Well... He helped me out a long time ago. I might say he saved me. Wasn't she saying something about getting involved in an incident? Can't stand it when things are vague, especially in the case. I want to study to become a forensic scientist in Europe. But you're a detective now? Well, I failed the test. But you know, rank and title don't matter. What matters is the inside of your heart. You failed at forensics? Wow. Emma. I always thought that too. My heart is full of science. That's why I brought this kit through mail order. I'm gonna test it here before the forensics team arrives. Are you sure that's okay? Hold on. What? That sounds like super illegal. I won't lie, I'm not fond of that man. Those glamorous types always rub me the wrong way. Glamorous, right? Prosecutors should be cool of wit and furrow-browed. Less glamorous, more simorous, you know? No, actually I don't. Well, that and what happened 7 years ago. Prosecutor Gavin was the one who stripped Mr. Wright of his attorney badge. What? Really? He was the one? You didn't know? Oh, you're one of his boys. I'm neither a boy nor one of his, but let's see what she has to say. What exactly happened 7 years ago? Never actually heard the details. Investigate. Oh, it's better you learned it for yourself anyway. Fucking... Or you could tell me. Fucking thanks, Emma. Do you mind me asking what exactly it is you've been doing? Squatting down on the ground like that? Oh, you want to know? Yeah. Well, I splurged on this new toy. You splurged? You mean it wasn't police issue? What is it? I see a roller and glue. There's a footprint analysis kit. Footprint? It was raining on the night of the murder, which means that footprints were left. Oh, does it have anything to do with those blue tarps? Right. The ground was muddy, so I had to protect it while it was protect it as it was that night. Ever wanted to know exactly where someone was standing? Like your penny snatching student witness, for example. Ah, so with this kit. Right. What? Want to try this stuff out? Huh? Are you sure? I mean, we're sort of on opposing teams after all. Oh, pshaw, you're friends. And to tell you the truth, I'm not so good at doing this. What do you mean you're not good at doing this? You're fucking why are you so shit at your job? Guess I'm a little clumsy. I could use your help. Oh, I'm good at stuff like this. I used to make magic bunnies out of paper mache. Print analysis, huh? Well, I should give it a go. Fuck it, sure. Okay, I'll give it a go. That's the spirit. Right, allow me to explain. Ahem, one moment. She's reading the instructions for her kit. Why does this not fill me with confidence? First we have to pick the footprint, or in this case, shoe print we want to analyze. Taking the liberty of marking all the shoe prints in the park. Which shoe print should we start with? We're gonna verify the defendant's account. Here's the place to start. Alright. Shoe prints, prepared to be examined. Oh, so this is so exciting. Ah, DS games that are ported to PC are so fun. First, right, here goes. First, pour the plaster and print until it's full. You try it. How am I supposed to do that? Just press space where you want to pour the plaster. Like this. Doesn't look too hard. Run out of plaster in the beaker before you're done, you have to start over. Not bad, you're handier than you look. What's that supposed to mean? On the next step, dry the plaster until it turns white. Right. Press space to blast it with the dryer. There, give it a shot. Touchscreen games. Looks like it's hardened nicely. Let's take a look. Yes, that's a good one. Next, the ink. Ready for the next step? Use the roller to ink the shoe print paper. Shoe print part. Ah. Hold the roller tight. Now with space, roll it up and down. Keep going till you get enough of the ink on there for a good print. Right now, the moment you've been waiting for. Let's take out the print. Let's take our print. Ready? Here goes. Let's see if we get a match. It sure does look like a match. Analyze. Comparison complete. Match found. Does he have guns stuck in his shoe? The other shoe prints belong to Walkie-Talkie after all. Used in the park in the night of the crime. Wow, I can almost see the science at work. Don't you love it? Ah, nothing feels better. She's definitely way more into this than I am. Let me know if you want to do some more. I'll be here, solving the case. With science. Certainly brightens her mood. But yeah, let's knock all these out. Detective Sky, mind if we get another go? Right on, leave no print unanalyzed, I say. Pick the print and one analyze. That one. Looking good. Try the plaster. Drying plaster. Is this engaging? I can't tell. Take the mold. Yes, it's a good one. Is it? Take a print. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Print. Ah, how elucidating. See if we get a match. Emma Sky. Clavier Gavin. Wesley Stickler. Plum Kitaki. Maki Kitaki. Winfred Kitaki. What a fucking footprint. Paralysis Maractus. Guy Elodune. Yeah, it's definitely Stickler. Analyze. Comparing. Comparison complete. Match found. These shoe prints belong to Wesley Stickler. This confirms his testimony. The final version of it, at least. Now we know where the panty snatcher was standing. Alright. Another shoe print. Detective Sky, mind if we give another shot? I believe you're beginning to appreciate the wonder that is forensic science. I am not 100% who this could be. Alright, looking good. Next, try the plaster. Doesn't look like it's Plums or who's what's it? Doesn't look like Plums. Doesn't look like Winfred. That sure is a sandal. Alright, now for the moment, let's take a print. Here goes. Stomp. Huh? That's a funny shoe print. Is that even a shoe? It is strange. It's so smooth. Except for the part with the leaf. I can say without even looking at this print that doesn't match any of the prints on our list. A mystery print. The tarps that were here yesterday are gone. Wonder why Detective Sky put them out. Yeah, the only thing they were covering is the ground. Oh, you know, I think I see something here. A print. A print? We've analyzed this already, motherfuckers. You dumb... fucking... Okay, good. Present. Say the Maractus Clinic. Hey. Well, what? This slipper. Look right here. I can see a toe mark. A toe mark. Think we can get a print off that? Sure, toes have prints just like fingers do, you know? This little clue might be a gold mine. Well, there's one problem. Police station doesn't keep a record of toe prints. We won't know whose it is. I guess it would be too much to hope for. Still, it might be useful somehow. Let's analyze it. Gross. Oi. I wonder, could this be a print? Why would there be a finger? Oh, you mean a toe print? Good call, Apollo. Analyze just like a regular print. Alright, vital piece of information. Dust for prints. Dust for prints. Dusting for prints. Tap the DS screen. Tap it real good. Then blow on your DS. That sure is a toe. Hey, it worked. It looks like a big toe, maybe? Wow, it feels like the case is solved already. What was next? We have to match the print, right? Right, let's match it. Wait. The detective didn't give us a list of toe prints, Apollo. Oh, good point. Maybe we should ask her. Get some expert advice. I guess so. There, toe print. Maybe we don't know whose toe it is. There's a way of finding out, of course. There is? What is it? All you need is a sample of the same toe print off of another shoe, for instance. Oh, right. So if the prints match, you know the same person were both. Have another shoe worn by the same person? No. Can't think of anything I might have with me that have a toe print on it. See what you hope for, I suppose. Let me know if you find something. Toe print sample, Yeah, no, I don't think I have a toe print sample. These are still inside. Hickfield Clinic. Ah, prodigal attorney returns. Welcome, Apollo. I heard you did well in the trial today. You to discuss something. I could use a little diversion. What did Detective Sky say? You want to know something? You have to investigate it yourself? Mr. Wright, tell me what happened 7 years ago. Please. I want to know. I need to know. You certainly didn't waste any time. Getting to the point. 7 years ago. 7 years ago, I was standing in a courtroom on behalf of a client. The case involved the death of a certain magnificent genius. I'd be surprised if you hadn't heard about it. It was all over the news, I remember that. You were up against Prosecutor Gavin, weren't you? Yes. He was only 17 years old at the time. 17 years old? That's still a high school. He took the Europe bar exam abroad, in Europe. He took the bar exam abroad in Europe. They're progressive over there, you know? I was defeated by a 17-year-old newcomer. In my shame, I left the practice forever. That's all. That's all? How could that be all? What do you mean? What about what they were saying on the news about forged evidence? They said you forged evidence and you had your attorney's badge stripped from you. Tell me, how does it feel? How does it feel to stand here before Phoenix Wright, forged an attorney himself? How does it feel? I don't want to believe it's true. What about what happened in my first trial? Ah, yes, Nick forged a card for us. Let's see, you jumped to my defense on this one. Maybe I did forge evidence, maybe I didn't. Doesn't really matter, now does it? But I'm not an attorney anymore. That's the only truth you need to know. Mr. Wright looks like he doesn't want to talk about accusations of forgery for now. Refreshing to be so thoroughly ignored for a change. Hey Nick, how about this gun? What do you think about this? Found these too. They're Tracy's. Thanks, Paulo. I have to admit, as a father, I wonder. Why are you still carrying my daughter's panties around in your pocket? That'll teach me to show off my evidence to Mr. Wright. Yeah, I don't think you're of any more use to me. Yeah, I've talked to Nick. Can I go in the clinic now? No. To the mansion. People's Park? No. It's very clear that someone was at here. How about wow? Doesn't seem too short. Blood, what do you think? No comment. So, any leads? One moment. Shazam! Alakazam! Oh, evidence keeps flying out of nowhere. Oh, that's all. Neat, huh? Yeah, real neat. Look at this cute little watch strap. I want one. Kinda odd, though. What is it? I mean, if you wanted to know the time, you could just look at the phone itself. Hey, you're right. Sharp, Apollo. Thanks. Finally, some respect. So, what does it tell you? Well, the owner of this phone didn't think through the details, for one. They did drop their phone, after all. I kind of figured that they were a little spacey, though.
Oh, good point.
I guess we take this to Emma to get the fingerprints done. Although I thought we could just do it ourselves. Present. Phone. Fucking fingerprint powder. You can put it that way. You know how to dust fingerprints on your own now. If anything you find, you might have prints on it. Fucking how? Court record. Details. Full, no. Panties, no. Panties, no. Gun? No. Or Mr. Eladoon. Stan's been standing here since the whole thing started. Almost looks at home here in the park now. I think it should be made into a playhouse for children. Its owner would disagree. Man, I can put in place of a body. I think I've seen it by the police station. But he's forced to look at the ground now, day in, day out. It's kind of sad. Benches lining the river running through the park. Ah, little urban oasis. I bet children come here to splash around in the water. The river's a little deep for splashing, and a little dirty. But they could listen to the water and pretend they were playing. Yeah, I guess so. Trash can sits next to the path here. I guess now we know it was Mr. Stickler who hid little plums bloomers in here, huh? That's right, Jersey. And what a web of lies grew from that one little act. I can still remember that moment. You brandished those bloomers on high and shouted, "Objection!" Here's what I want you to do, Trucy. Take that memory, gently lock it away deep in your heart, and never speak of it. I think we can try and talk to the cop, but, like... I don't know if we have that, like, line of logic unlocked, because there's no, like, hey, talk to the cop option. Can I just represent this to... Shoe worn by another person. I don't have another pair of shoes. No such luck. You just ask for people's... no, never mind. I'm not gonna wander around and ask for people's feet. Right, anything agency. Move. Engine center? Hey, show me your feet. Right, anything agency. Move. Hey, show me your feet. I don't... No one gives a shit about your hairdo, Apollo. Police car, it's empty and must be inside investigating. Garage. Salmon. Cat. Hey, kitty cat. Here, kitty, kitty, kitty. Not coming down. I'm kind of suspicious. Car. Move. Elidune. Examine. Blue tar Mr. Elliot needs to cover his new to stand. Robbed with purpose, blows in the wind. Present. Bone. What is it, Mr. Apollo? What is Apollo? Oh. I want to see a magic trick, is that it? Okay, watch while I make that piece of evidence disappear. Forever. No, no thanks. My bad. Present. What is it, Apollo? Oh. Okay. You keep clicking the pillar and not the door to the clinic. I'll try. But it is one thing, I think. Examine. Door to clinic. Clinic door. Click. Yeah, no, Apollo just fucking immediately gets distracted looking at his own goddamn reflection. Examine the toes. No little leaves there. Hockey Mansion. Examine the paint. Examine this. Yep. No that, no that, no that. People's Park. Move, right, anything agency. Alright. Any leads? Phone, fingerprints. On the garage. Mike's garage. Beneath a car. Property of Wesley Stickler. I guess we go back to where we found this? The only interactable thing here is the keychain. Move. Move. Garage. Examine. Vehicle. Car belongs to someone at the Miraculous Clinic and hit Mr. Wright. Mr. Wright sprained his ankle, the car lost the side view mirror. This car versus Mr. Wright. Not quite the match for the century. We found your panties, isn't it, Trucy? I can't thank you enough, Apollo. Oh, thank you for saying thank you. Oh, I'm always polite. Part of being a performer. You know what Daddy says. It doesn't cost anything to be polite. Yet it could bring you more business. Just kidding. I really am grateful. Can we dust the car for Prince? Can we fucking
Fucking fresh. Can we present to him anything important? Have you seen the cell phone before? Have you seen these slippers before? Nope. What am I missing? I don't know. Nick. Nothing. You are pretty useless, Nick. What do you think of this? Gun. Shit. Monkey's checkup. Fucking... God, help me out. Where... Eladine, you're pretty goddamn useless. I can't get into the clinic to further investigate. A trash can to put into the park. Serious, I have no intention of looking through this trash can. Don't hold back on my account. I mean, whatever you think about me and trash cans, you're wrong. Alright, Mirror. Present. Present. Fucking awful. We already know Walkie's prince. Mom's underwear. Noodle stand. Walkie's checkup report. We asked Walkie about the knife, maybe we ask him about the pistol? Is that what we're missing? Move. Right, anything agency. Move. Detention center. Present. Pistol. These weapons, pistol and a knife, belong to the family, snuck them out that night. Did Mr. Stickler saw last night? Guess it was me. It'll stand. Nothing. Hard whatever to that. Is someone getting run over on your way here? No.
Everything that Panty Snatcher said was true. Doesn't put Walkie in a very good position, does it? He was at the scene of the crime, that's pretty clear. Maybe a different angle on this. Well, let's get investigating. Time to get present. I need a shoe. I need a shoe. Something that has footprints on it. People's Park. Example of toe print. I think you just might actually. Really. I suspect something here. Detective Sky, can you compare this sample with the other print? Fucking... It's the only other print I've got. Present the knife. It's a toe print sample, didn't I? Look at the toe print on this evidence. Army Sky's ahead. Try again scientifically this time, if you would. Toe print, right. There's pistol. This. Doesn't think through details. Fucking there's a toe print on this somewhere, motherfucker. Where is it? What do you think of this? None with no prints on it. Walkie-talkie, plums, bloomers. Nope. Nope. Knife. The crime. Well, irrefutable scientific evidence. Neat. Not so neat when it happens to be evidence against our client. God. Where do I find these fucking toe prints? Our crime scene is off limits to the public. Police officer and guy the gaze yawning. Must be staring and snaps the mouth shut. Too late, Mr. Officer. Old ladies did it again. Told you yesterday the park's off limits. Told you yesterday. Now I go home. Go around, how about give me a $5? Like yesterday. Connor strikes the— oh, fucking— Talk. Mystery. I am going to kill someone. There was a new dialogue option with Emma Sky. Print is far too smooth to be from regular soul. Shoe print of some kind, though, it's certain. I'm so mad. I'm so mad. I'm so mad. My next Elliot's needle stand. Doesn't make me one wonder. Yes? Why are you so quiet all of a sudden? I happen to have something in mind. Then might have left a mysterious shoe print. A mysterious shoe print reminded me of something. I'm so mad. Fuck you, game. I think I have a culprit right here. Well, I think these slippers, actually. Slippers? What would slippers be doing out here? Look at the bottom, see? Covered with paint, except for... see, right here. Hey, that spot is shaped like a leaf. The leaf was stuck to the bottom and came off when the slipper stepped in paint. Makes sense, doesn't it? Wait, something's written on them. Maractus Clinic. Exactly. Fuck you, Emma Sky. I've shown you this to you so many times already. I was standing here, dusting for prints inside this goddamn thing. That means someone from the clinic was involved. She's just standing there eating. I'm Detective Sky. I have a favor to ask. What? Can you get us access to the Maractus Clinic? Police won't let us in. The murderer and the clinic are not connected.
Oh my god.
And it's off limits until we prove they are. Should be able to do something for you, yes. Hey, really? Well, you did my work for me here with the shoe prints. Seems like I should return the favor. Totally not getting a snack. Thank you, Detective Sky. Here, show this police officer on duty. Detective Sky's official orders. Clinic access to the magician and attorney and Prosecutor Gavin's name. Right, Maractus Clinic. Here comes justice. I'm so mad. Fuck you, game. The blue badger? It's on the seal? Oh my god. I'm a Sky. You put a little heart by her name. How cute. Isn't she a little old for cute? Hollow, shame on you. Cute is eternal. Cute is timeless. No matter how old the woman gets, she always carries a little innocent maiden inside her. Really now? Well, I've never heard it put quite that way before. When I sign my name, I always put a little diamond. Trucy, diamond right. See? Cute, don't you think? A little confusing. People think your middle name is Diamond. Hey, could you write your name like Apollo equals Justice? I do like justice, but that's taking it a bit far. Alright. Fucking rock and roll, finally. It's you two again. When oh when will you learn? Look at me however you want. You're not getting it today. I wouldn't be so sure if I were you. Look what we have. What's this? Detective Sky? Yesterday it was Prosecutor Gavin. Today it's Detective Sky. Who are you two, really? Now he's suspicious again. Well, you got the orders, so I gotta let you in. Have fun. Thanks, Mr. Officer. Let's hit it, Apollo. Fucking goddamn. Maractus Clinic reception. Please give. Quiet, please. Healthy today. Huh? Kind of an at-home sort of place, isn't it? This place is connected to the murder at the park. I'm sure of it. The police guy out front wasn't so sure. Beyond it being where the victim lived, I think the police team has gone home for the day. Might be some clues lying around. Let's get cracking, Apollo. Oh look, noodle bowls. Let's ignore them for now. The clinic's reception desk. No one's here, of course. There's a small sign on the counter. Please pay your bill. Remember, we're the ones holding the scalpel. Jesus Christ. Brutal, but effective. Look at all these bowls. They're from Eladun's noodles. There's Mr. Salty. Then, I think we figured something out. I think we have. Mr. Eladun must do takeout. Not what I was thinking. All the bowls have been washed clean. I think we found our first clue, Trucy. Shoo. There's a single pair of sandals here. Wait, why would there be sandals here? Unless they belong to one of the patients. Maybe it's a visitor that's come to see Dr. Maractus. You'd think they'd use his house entrance instead of the clinic entrance in that case. And if this patient or visitor isn't still here, why did they leave without their shoes? We have to take a closer look at these just in case. Cute women's sandals found in the Maractus Clinic foyer. What? What? So it was Alita? Oh look, big fuck toe prints. Delightful. Hey, Apollo, you think this is... Huh. This could be a toe print. Maybe we can get a print off of this. Let's try it out. Alright. Speed run this, let's go. Hey, it worked. This looks like a big toe, maybe? But wait, I mean, it's great that we got the print. Is there such a thing as a list of toe prints? Oh, good point. There is. Detective Sky didn't give it to us, which means we can't match this print. Seems like a good time to ask the detective's advice. Yeah, good idea. Oh, so, Look, this door says doctor's office. I think this is the victim's private office? It's not locked. Too bad. Why too bad? I like opening locks. It's kind of a hobby of mine. Because little bike locks. Don't even bother putting them on when I'm around. That's probably not a hobby you want to tell too many people about. Ah, Apollo. That sound. It came from behind this door. Someone's in there. Let's check it out, Trucy. A break-in! They left through that window! Wait, Apollo, you're too late to catch them now. Must be her experience as a panty snatcher chasing... Must be her experience as a panty snatcher chaser talking. Alright. Well, we should tell the police. Just check the room out first, Apollo. If we call the police now, we'll lose our chance. You're right. Better at this than I am. Well, one thing's for certain. This clinic and our murder case are looking pretty related now. There's a lamp on the ground. Hello, ground lamp. Kind of an expensive looking lamp, isn't it? Hey, the bulb's broken. Broken? Don't you mean burned out? No, our cat burglar must have dropped it. Why is it standing up on the floor like that then? Hey, look at that cord. Huh? There's a red splotch on part of the cord. You think that's blood? It's a little bright for blood, almost pinkish. Something's definitely odd about this lamp, that's for sure. Lamp added to the court record. This cord runs to the lamp.
joking. There's a red stain on it. Gotta wonder what left that stain. Wait, I know. Maybe it was left there by a red marker. Like, they were trying to write their name and slipped. Why would anyone write their name on a lamp cord? I used to write my name on my magic ropes. The bulb is broken. It won't turn on. Oh, how's it broken? Don't touch that. You'll cut yourself. Eek! Yeah, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice. What, my finger? Ah, you're bleeding! Let me see that. Wait. Magic blood. Gotcha. Fucking... God damn it, Trucy. I've had enough to worry about without my coworkers injuring themselves on evidence. Nothing else terribly remarkable about this. Okay. Spilled coffee. Books and papers are scattered around the room. Wow, what a mess. This is worse than Daddy's room. The burglar must have left in a hurry. Even the cup on the desk here is lying on its side. Huh? The juice that spilled out of that cup. It's dry. But the messy one wasn't our burglar just now. Someone knocked this cup over a while ago and left. Someone knocked this cup over a while ago and left. Interesting. Hidden thing. Potted plant has seen better days. Doesn't make sense either. What doesn't? Normally burglars are looking for valuables, right? That's true. That's what I would do if I were a burglar. So why look under a potted plant? Maybe they weren't looking for maybe they were looking for a key to the safe. What are people putting their house keys under plants? The key to a safe? Maybe the burglar was looking for the house keys. He's getting nowhere fast. Safe. What a cute little safe. Looks like a 4-digit lock. Whoa! Someone's already entered in 2 numbers, Apollo. 7, 9. Wait, do you think? The burglar just now was trying to open it? I wonder what's inside the safe. Is there any way we can figure out the last 2 numbers? No, we know the first 2 are 7 and 9. Maybe there's something in the court record. Something to help us figure out the last 2 numbers. I wonder. June 14th. Anything related to the Maractus Clinic? Paul Maractus has made time of death June 14th. So exactly a year ago. Well, I have an idea. I knew it, Apollo. What is it? Well, all we have to know is which buttons have been pressed. We can just use this to find out what the next 2 numbers are. Oh yeah, we just dust for prints. When you press the buttons, you'd have to touch them. With your finger, right? We leave a print. When you open a safe, you don't have to press any other buttons but the right one, right? So if we can find the buttons with fingerprints, we'll have the safe code. Not bad, Apollo. Yeah, totally not fucking suspicious. Just a ton of fingerprint powder. 7925 or 52. Look, you can see the oily finger residue clearly. Look at 7 and 9. These are glove marks. The burglar must have been wearing gloves. Well, we might not be able to identify the burglar, but we can't open the safe. Let's give it a shot. Oh, well. 7, 9, oops. Seven, 9, 5, 2. There we go.
It opened. That's a fucking bullet hole. Like a bullet hole. You can still see the bullets sticking out of it. Why is it in the middle of the safe? Hey, the bullet came out. The tip is all squished. Not surprising given it was fired into a metal safe. This bullet's got a story behind it, that's for sure. This looks like a medical chart. There's an X-ray in here with it. An X-ray? I can't make heads or tails of it. And I can't read the chart either. It's all medical speak. But the names are easy enough to read. Look, by patient it says Waki Kataki. But this is Waki, our client's chart, huh? Why would this one chart be in here in the safe? Let's see. The physician's signature says Pal Maractus. Oh, I finally get his name. That's the pod. Pal Maractus. Switch the M and the P. Malpractice. It killed me. Hey? What is it, Apollo? Look here where it says who filed the chart. Let's see. Nurse Alita Tiala. Oh, fuck. Yeah, okay. Alita Tiala is Waki's fiance. That's one eater too many. Apollo. Apollo? Never mind that. What's her name doing here? How should I know? So I guess it means she's on staff at this clinic. Not that she neglected to mention this before now. I'm sure she had her reasons. So Alita Tiala worked in the Maractus clinic? And she had access to Waki Kataki's medical chart. You got the I and Y wrong, Apollo. Apollo? Waki Kataki's medical chart. Waki Kataki. Fucking... The wordplay is very hard. Because it's all one letter off. I'd be very interested to find out what this chart says. Who could help us decipher this? Ah, I got so much evidence now. Cat. Whoa, what are those? The wall's covered with beakers. Eek, somebody's moving inside that one. You look, Apollo. Hey, look yourself. You can't. Oh, it's a goldfish. Wow, they're all fish. So many kinds. Whoever designed this had a sick sense of humor. Oh, it's a bunch of goldfish in like preservation jars, like live goldfish, like mini aquariums. That's funny. The window's ajar. Must be how a burglar escaped. Wonder who it was. Maybe it was just a burglar who happened to pick here. Yeah, but there's a patrol car sitting out front. If I were a burglar, I'd come back the next day at least. I'd give it a month myself. Whoever broke in obviously needed to break in today. These must be the slippers for the patients at the clinic. The same pair we found, of course. Look, a single pair is missing from the rack here, too. And ours have paint on the bottoms. Which means they were taken out of here on the night of the murder. Right. Paint's from the hit and run, after all. What were a pair of clinic slippers doing in the trash can? What were they doing at the scene of the hit and run? Okay, so it was probably Alita who shot the girl, or who shot the doctor. She was driving his car and hit Nick. Then raced back to the clinic, parked it. And then headed out to go check on Nick, I guess? Wearing slippers? Or she had taken the car out to drive previously, changed to slippers because those are some crazy fucking heels. Where is Eladune? God damn it. Alright, well, I guess we're doing the toe prints first. I know that face. That's the face of someone who's made a discovery. Hey, how did you know? You can't fool someone trained in the ways of science. Actually, I was analyzing face prints. Let's ask Detective Sky to help us, Apollo. Present. Slippers. Toe print. Okay. Print off another shoe. I do. Got it right here. I think it just might actually. I think just suspect something here. Compare this one. This pair of sandals. Toe print and all. Oh, the print on these is nice and clear too. That makes our job easy. Can you analyze it for us? Of course, hang on. Bingo. Gosh, I'm good. Hey, we're the ones who found the prints. A perfect match. Same person wore these, sandals and slippers. I was afraid of that. All I had to do is find out who these sandals belong to. Or, you already know. I can't say. Not yet. Well, it's one big step closer. The truth. Now we go to Eladunes. No, we don't. Court record. We gained some new evidence. We matched these up. Lamp. Right, anything agency. Move. Engine center. There we go. Don't cry, Angel. Daddy's back. And Daddy's... Oh, you again. You just have to announce your entrance like this? Man, my old man, Man. I'm all in a funk and it's all his fault. One can only assume that his father tried to teach him a lesson and failed, clearly. You two got your work cut out for you, straight up. Of course, I don't care if they lock me up. I'm ready to go. Some days I wonder why I do what I do. You ever seen these sandals here? Lucky, you don't have to recognize these, do you? Hey, sure I do. I was the one who bought them for her. For Miss Tiala. Yeah, a birthday present. She got mad little feet, mad, so cute, man. These sandals are hers. Yeah, I kinda had a feeling. What's up with the funky vibes? Alita sandals. Guilty verdict. Hey man, you won't see me bugging out about 1 or 2 guilty charges. What if you're found guilty of murder? Hey, it's all an experience. Feel me, shorty? Like a badge of honor. They don't give the death penalty, do they? You didn't really do it, did you? Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. I've learned one thing today. That silence speaks louder than words. Oh, man's whack. Disappointing, that's what he is. I heard he wants to leave the mob. Over my dead body. I spent my life trying to keep it real, being an OG and never stepping down. Now my old man wants to go soft? Fine, let him. Just leave me out of it. Day I get out of the clink. That's the day Alita and I start the next generation of the Kitaki family. Please don't talk as though you assume you're going to jail. For my sake. Alright. Now is Ellie doing here? No, he's not. Shit. Oh yeah, bullet casing. Stuff to examine. Wow, it's all mushed. That's one tough safe. You know, it looks kind of yummy. Huh? Like ice cream. Caramel. You certainly have an active imagination, Trucy. Lady Tiala, Bolognese Heart. Agent name Walkie-talkie. Physician Paul Maractus. Nurse Lita Tiala. Bullet lodged in your heart. Okay, yeah, we can press him on how he met. Huh? What's that? Kind of X-ray? Wait. That's right, Walkie. It's yours. Hey, look. I don't smoke or nothing. I'll live long, right? I don't think he gets it, Apollo. Take a closer look. Here, in particular. Where it says nurse. It's signed Alita Tiala. Huh? You always do your homework. So, you met Miss Tiala when you... Yeah, I met her at the clinic. So? Can you tell us a little bit about the circumstances of your meeting? Fine, fine, I'll tell you how we met if you want to know that bad. There we go. Walkie and Alita. About half a year ago, I was shot during a little turf war with another family. I was ready to die, sure. They came in and got me, hauled me off to the docks. The Maractus clinic, right? That's when I met her, my fallen angel. I mean, Alita Tiala. She was scared of me at first, turns out. But you know what they say, the bad guy always gets the ladies. Right. You was done with that clinic anyhow. I was like, I'll take you on, woman. Straight gangster style, guess what she said? What did she say? Come on, give it some thought. She said it real quiet like on the down low, know what I'm saying? I'll leave if you'll marry me. So, that was the proposal? You know it, notes of love right there in the hospital room. Just like that, the op was done, and we were out of there. See you later, bye. About that op. Yeah, it didn't go so well after all, did it? I know about the report. I know it's still in me. This health checkup was the boss's idea, you said. Yeah, can you imagine? What's the point of living healthy when you're a G, you know what I'm saying? Didn't you learn about the bullet in that checkup? Yeah, that's when I knew that doctor had to pay. Figured I'd get that cap pulled after I got my revenge. And hey, I'm still living large now, aren't I? Incidentally, have you ever had a health check before? Nah, my old man suddenly gets this idea that we all gotta get checkups. Guess he's getting old. Older, I mean. Okay. Now we can go find Elidune. There we go. Mr. Elidune, we've been looking all over for you. What's the matter, y'all? Apollo, show him what we found. Nothing like expert advice. I suppose he is a doctor still. Huh. Mr. Elidune, is everything okay? I'm just so happy. I thought my doctor days were gone for good. Mr. Elidune. What can you make of this? Mr. Elidune, could you take a look at this? Medical chart? Hey, you shouldn't go around taking these from clinics. Why the sudden silence, Mr. Elidune? What? What's going on here? That's what we want to know. That chart belongs to my client. He's on trial on suspicion of murder. On trial? That's crazy. You can't put him on trial. He's ABD. ABD? Oh, but Dad, he's knocking on the pearly gates and someone's about to answer. Can you tell us why? Oh! Oh! It's a wig! Fucking killed me. I thought that was his hair. Holy shit. Oh, I've got the hiccups now. Fuck. Oh fuck. Oh no, this is gonna be bad. Well, permit me to speak as a surgeon.
You listen up good now, son.
No way, it's like he's a completely different person. He's got the hiccups now, holy shit.
Well, according to this chart, this walkie-talkie fella is not doing so well. He's got a bullet right up the side of his heart.
That's right.
Yeah, but this chart talks about the post-op. In other words, the operation is already finished. You can still see the bullet stuck in there. Why would there still be Why would it still be there after the operation to remove it? Well, about the only reason I can think of it was too tricky to operate on.
What?
That bullet snuggled a bug till the next to the aorta, which is connected to the heart. Heck, that scrap of metal is just surrounded by blood vessels. Kind of a miracle. 2 millimeters to either side, and there'd be serious bleeding going on there. Not something your average doctor would be eager to fiddle with.
You mean?
It took a miracle to get that bullet stuck where it is. It'd take more than a miracle to take it out. It'd take a magician.
I'm only up to making rabbits disappear. I haven't learned bullets yet. No one was seriously considering asking you for medical advice, Drucy.
Of course, with the heart pumping and lungs working, that bullet's on the move. I'd give him another half a year, tops.
But Walkie's operation was already half a year ago.
That's why I'm saying you're out of time. The kid shouldn't be on trial, he should be in an operating table.
Great, just great. How could Dr. Maractus do such a terrible thing? How could he just leave that bullet in there?
I got a pretty good idea how he felt. An emergency operation, he's got a kid's chest open on the table. Then he finds that bullet. That's despair right there, Trushy doll. Cold despair.
Despair?
But the only thing he could do is show the boy back up. He wasn't exactly in a situation to go admitting he couldn't take it out.
Ikatakis.
You bet, this kid's their only son, I hear. So he skips the operation and Walkie's back on the streets living his life. Of course, it's only a matter of time before his heart hemorrhages and he dropped cold.
How awful.
And which doctor will they take him to? Maractus. He's got enough ties to them, he could probably cover up the truth of what happened.
That's just horrible. He left Walkie to die.
There's darkness in this world, Trushy doll, waiting, hungry. Compared to it, these gangs' turf wars are like kids' games. When we're up against real evil, well, it don't matter if you're weak or strong, it'll take you all the same.
You were a surgeon, right, Mr. Elidoon? You could operate on Walkie, couldn't you?
I wish.
What?
I'm afraid there ain't nobody in the country that could. Maybe not even the world.
So Walkie...
He's real lucky to be alive even now.
No.
And there's one problem.
Apollo? This chart. Look at the nurse section. Alita Tiala. That's right, this operation was how they met. Yeah, the problem is, she knew. She knew about Walkie's condition, guaranteed. Ah. Why didn't she ever tell him? Doesn't make sense. She knew her patient was in serious danger. You'd think she'd want to get that second operation before getting engaged. What was she thinking? Apollo? What are you thinking, Alita Tiala? To be continued! Alright! I guess... Fuck! Save current progress. Let's save the game. Oh, God. That's fucking complicated. Okay, so... Order of events. We have half a year ago, Walkie Kataki gets fucking shot in the heart. Somehow manages to live long enough to get to Maractus' clinic. Maractus opens him up on the table with Alita Tiala's help. He sees, oh shit, this kid is gonna be dead soon. He says, well, did what I could. Sew him back up. Hey, you're good to go. The Katakis don't think so. They take him to another clinic. And they, like, properly stitch Walkie back up. Alita Tiala hears this, and before they head off to go get a second patch job, she says she'll leave the clinic if she gets married to Waki. Waki proposes. She says, okay. She says, okay, okay. And then they go on with their romance half a year later. Someone is driving Maractus' car. And okay, so someone is driving the Maractus car. They hit Nick. Nick. Okay, yeah. Someone's driving the car in front of the Kitaki mansion. They hit Nick and plow into all that paint. They then go and park the car. And then I guess go to check on Nick. They swap the sandals for the slippers, because it's going to be a little bit easier to run than in those crazy fucking heels. And while that's happening, you have concurrently Wesley Stickler stealing underwear. So he steals the Kitaki underwear, and then, like before the car, steals the Kitaki underwear, loops around to the supermarket, and then loops back over to the right offices, steals Trucy's underwear, and then heads to the Maractus clinic, ducks in the garage, drops his phone, and stuffs the underwear into the tailpipe of the car. So the phone is not broken. Car is not used after this. While that's happening, for some reason, fucking Paul Maractus steals Elidune's cart, unloads all of the noodle bowls into his clinic, and drags it to the People's Park. It's basically a straight line. Waki Kitaki grabs a gun and a knife and threatens Paul Maractus, who has in the People's Park with a knife. Alita Tiala sees this going down from the south, while Wesley Stickler sees it going down from the north. Gunshot rings out. Waki, I guess, doesn't remember what happens after that. Maractus is dead. And then Stickler goes to use a payphone to call the cops. I guess that's the order of events. Is he just a gold digger? Maybe. It's entirely possible. Because then if she gets married to Waki, she becomes basically the daughter of the Kitaki family. And whatever, I guess, Waki gets, he's probably going to leave to Alita. So it could be that she's in it for the money. She's not yet married to Waki, though. So this is really throwing a wrench. This would really be throwing a wrench into her plans. Why would she kill Paul Maractus then? Gun was fired twice. It was fired once when Wesley was there. Unless Waki is much better at lying than I thought. And he was at the park with both... unless he brought Alita there as backup. He had the knife and she had the gun. It's super hard to say. Oh. Fuck. All right. I guess we'll call it there for tonight. We've been going on 3 hours, well, 3.5 hours, and half of that was just me fucking not asking that one question that I didn't know popped up in the Sky's menu. God, fuck yourself, game. But yeah, a lot has happened. We've got, I think, this mostly figured out. There's just the particulars of the actual murder itself and the reason behind it. The boulder behind the noodle cart must be involved. I don't remember a boulder behind the noodle cart. Oh yeah, there's also the bullet in the safe too. Huh. There's a bullet lodged in Maractus' safe. Why is that there? Why is that there? Is that what killed Maractus? Why was it the noodle cart then? Took the bowls out of the noodle cart. And then... No. What? Maybe Alita is just some crazy master of disguise. She killed Maractus? Because Maractus would be... If Maractus died in his office, then he would have to be facing the window, because the bullet entered from his right temple and would be embedded in the safe. So the safe would have to be open. He'd have to be sitting in front of it, turn to look at the window, and then someone shoots him in the side of the head. Bullet enters through his temple and lodges in the safe. Then we have a dead Maractus in his office, and Alita is some crazy master of disguise. She disguises as him, loads him up on the noodle cart, drags it over to the park to dump his body in the river. And then at the same time, Walkie-Talkie goes to either help or to confront Maractus, and then realizes it's Alita. So he's going to jail for Alita, and Alita, I guess, stays with the Kitaki family while he dies in jail? It's quite the long string of events, but I don't think it's impossible. It is that level of ridiculousness that really fucking that really these games embody. But that is quite ridiculous, I must admit. Alright. Thanks for hanging out, if indeed you still are. I'm probably just gonna fire this up tomorrow, because we're in the second half of this trial, and by the feel of it, day 1, day 2 is where is about the stride that they found for trial lengths, and they've just fucking packed as much in between which it's fine. I'm enjoying that. I'm enjoying that so far, having nice breaks in a 2-part trial instead of the crazy 3-day trial that was Ace Attorney 1. So this is probably going to be the last bit next stream with tomorrow's trial. And I guess, yeah, we've got all the players. We've got most of the evidence. Now it's just assembling the puzzle. So, thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. I'm gonna fire this up tomorrow, and we'll get the very exciting conclusion to Case 2 of Apollo Justice, Ace Attorney. Yeah. Fucking bye.